And welcome to this week's episode of Holocaust of Vegeti here on the Dire Bear Adventuring Company's Twitch. Never can do this smoothly. Also brought to you by the No Return Network. I'm your DM for the evening, Jason. And with me as usual is Taylor as Danru, Sarah
Howdy.
as Kat, Eric as Adrian, and Patrick as Hull.
Greetings.
Zach and Anna, who play Francis and Jade respectively, are going to miss tonight. One of them came down with some kind of cold, got a bad cough, and as of today, the other one was catching it. So hopefully they'll be better and back with us next week. All right, who amongst you remembers how we ended last time?
By rolling a nat 1 and rockets falling.
There were falling rocks, yes, and it was bad.
I think you made the key mistake of saying, "Hey guys, watch this" before rolling. So,
I said, please, hold my beer.
yep.
Well, you're in a space El Camino. What else are you going to do? I mean, just honestly, what else are you going to do?
I regret nothing. Oh, okay, maybe a few things.
Maybe everything.
I regret at least this.
Yeah.
Probably only this, though.
Probably.
I regret that one time I used a gun.
Nah, that was awesome.
Does your guy actually dislike guns, Taylor? Or is...
He has a preference.
A preference?
A preference. Don't make fun of me.
Nobody's making fun. Let's see, where's a pickup truck?
I got brownie dough in my mouth. So which one of us is really winning right now?
You are.
Uh-huh. Alright, back to us dying.
Back to you dying. Alright. Let me move y'all over to the map. Alright, so you were driving along this road. Rocks fell.
And probably we did too.
You know what? Let's go ahead and start off with a dice roll. Give me a, I guess a dexterity save.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
None of those are terrible.
No, it's not great, but not good.
Well,
either.
it's less about who makes it and doesn't make it and who does worst.
There's all Dukes of Hazzard out of the car.
I don't understand that reference. I would understand Dukes of Hazzarding into a car?
Oh, reverse Dukes of Hazzarding.
Okay, there we go. I was like, I've never seen a moment when the Dukes of Hazzard like fancy get out of the car. I've seen them fancy get in it.
Clearly haven't watched it backwards.
I have not.
You know what you also never saw in the show? You never saw Boss Hogg get in the car. You'd see him lift him up and sit him at the window, and then the scene would change. He'd just be inside because he couldn't fit through the window. So they have to stop filming, open the door, and let him get in, and then shut the door. Because, you know, in the show, the doors are supposed to be bolted shut. Little trivia fact for you about a obscure show that's politically incorrect to watch now. All right, so
Be
let's.
fair. Well,
What now?
neither here nor there. Just continue.
Okay. All right, rocks fall. Everything goes black. You all spend some time feeling like you're floating in the dark. You know, if you've ever been bad sick, kind of having fever dreams, or just kind of groggy, you never quite come out of regain consciousness. You're just sort of floating around. Kat and Adrian, you eventually come to, and it's dark. Not pitch black. You find yourselves strung up in a little cave that looks something like this.
And banjos play in the distance.
No, they're pretty close.
No.
Banjos play right beside your ear.
There better be a clefable in this cave.
Oh, what now?
Exactly.
I got that reference.
Reference my
too.
thing.
I got that.
I did not get that one at all.
It's Pokemon.
That
Oh.
would probably explain why. I've seen maybe one episode of Pokemon ever.
And that's the worst way to experience it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I see bits and pieces while you and the other brother were watching it.
Yeah.
Enough that when I took y'all to see
I-
that first movie, I wasn't completely lost.
I've got Eevee on my Switch, so.
Yo, me too.
Yo!
Let's go.
Alright. As for the other two of you... Oh. In the cave, you have Francis and Jade are also in the cave, but they have not regained consciousness. You can tell, even from where you're hanging, that they both appear to have head wounds.
Question, does Kat still have her mask on?
It's a very good question. Call, even, or odd.
Even.
I roll a 2. It's your call. Did her mask stay on in the accident?
Probably, because it buckles around the back.
Okay.
Unless someone took it off.
No, apparently whoever captured you, or rescued you, depending on what this is, did not remove it.
Okay.
As you glance down, your guns are gone, your equipment's gone. But they haven't removed, if you're wearing armor, they haven't removed that. They haven't removed any clothing.
Haha, the fools.
Let's see, that would be Hull and Danru. If you would be so kind, drop your minis on the map.
On a truck?
Yeah, you just drop them on the map, I'll put them where they are. Have you dropped them?
Fly.
I've not seen it.
They're over on the right hand or
We
left hand
dropped on
side.
the left side.
I got you. That's where I've got my zoom up where I can see all y'all's pretty faces while I'm talking to you. Otherwise, I keep doing this little number to look over at the other screen. Alright. Let's see. Patrick probably landed in these bushes. And Danru up in these rocks. So y'all rouse up. You're laying in underbrush. You hear a few guys talking. Never let Kat drive. She had the highest score. Their lesson should be wear seatbelts.
Does the Space El Camino even have seatbelts?
I don't know. It's probably from the 3070s. I don't know if they were required at that point or not.
Yeah, safety was kind of lax back then.
They kind of just assumed you'd be in 0G, so...
Well, at least
Everything
some of you would
was,
have been sitting in
no.
the back. There wouldn't be seatbelts in the back.
Everything was magnets, and then we figured out how they work, so they stopped working.
Because they're really magical and they required your incomprehension.
Magnets were really just magical and shy, so as soon as we got underneath that skin, they just went, huh, and left.
Alright. So anyway, Hole and Danru, y'all are waking up in the bushes.
My natural habitat.
You hear other
Twigs,
people.
don't go there.
You're both banged up. You hear other people walking around and talking.
And what do they say?
One of them is saying, I'm telling you guys, there were 6 of them, and we've only found 4. We checked the cab, they're not squished up under there. Either they got out and ran off before we got down here, or they got flung somewhere.
Stealth, the least stealthiest people we have.
He rolled dice. It was all up to Pip, god of dice. Alright.
Praise Nuffle.
I'm just imagining this god is like a goblin that has a giant horde of shiny clack math rocks.
I was picturing him as a halfling, but goblin works, I guess.
Well, actually, Nuffle from Blood Bowl, which is literally the random number god.
The what now?
Nuffle from Blood Bowl. It's literally the random number god.
So basically what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Alright. Get my screen arranged. Alright. Alright. So what are you two doing? You hear... You hear walking around. You hear at least one guy seems to be poking through bushes.
Can I see Danru?
Give me a perception check.
I'll go ahead and roll mine as well, since I now know from them saying stuff that I kind of need to look for a friend.
There we go. So,
Yes.
19.
Both of you kind of pull the bushes apart, and you're basically looking straight at each other.
All right.
Oh, hello
All right.
there, Dragon Master. Thanks for watching. And Grumpy Cleric. I know
All
I
right,
know Grumpy
so-
Cleric, but I don't remember which one Grumpy Cleric is.
I'm Grumpy Cleric.
Oh, I knew it was somebody. I can't keep up with all the different aliases and the different, got to keep up with the Discord ones. Then you got Atlas changing hers on Discord all the time. I'm old.
Alright, so, peeking through the bushes, as though we had some kind of mechanical device to represent the fact we could see each other's faces through bushes, Danru will point at the person and go,
Hole will go.
and we're gonna fight.
Yep.
Time to wait for the perfect moment.
Alright, let me jump over here to the cave. And by me, I mean all of us.
Dun 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 dun.
Alright. If everybody who is in the cave would throw their miniature into the cave.
As Roll20 decided to go, hey, we're not going to be in the game anymore, so I have to go load back into that. Give me a second.
No problem. I'll go ahead and drop your mini on the page.
Oh, thank you. It just loaded in for me.
Oh, okay. Alright, so you two are essentially shackled to that little stalagmite or whatever it is. Your more injured comrades just have their ankles and wrists shackled or just kind of dumped on the ground. You can't see them from where you're at, but they're on a higher level up. Basically, think of this level as being the highest, and then it gets gradually lower, as you go down.
Can we hear anything?
Yes, you hear people walking up above you. I say walking, pacing around. You can hear him fiddling with something. You hear one guy light a cigarette, that sort of thing.
Cat just kind of looks over and does like question mark emotes with her mask.
Adrian would just shrugs. He doesn't know what else is going on. What he will do is he will sort of slip into the Matrix to see if there's any electronics in which he can get into to see what's going on.
Alright, does that require a perception check to find things when you don't know exactly where they're at?
If the DM says it does, sure.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Sheet back up.
Shackled, hands behind back or in front of back?
Francis and Jade are shackled behind. You and Adrian, the shackles are actually attached to the wall or stalagmite, so they're up above your head. And you're kind of in a sitting position. Your feet, however, are not shackled at all.
This is where being level 3 would come in handy because bonded companion.
I was reading something on that one today.
Yeah, I'll need to work with you to figure out which one's which for that, because I don't know where their stuff is, but that's for later. But I got a 16 on the perception for the electronics.
Alrighty.
Hang on, we'll be back in a sec.
Alright. One of them has a comm unit on him. Their version of a smartphone or whatever.
Alright, he is going to sort of like tap into it and see if he can listen and see where they are, get a better view of their surroundings.
Okay. You turn on the camera. His comm is attached to his wrist, so that's kind of the angle you're getting it from.
Yeah.
So you can pretty well see the layout of the cave in front of you.
Do I see anything else that he can tap into from that angle?
No, the cave seems to be pretty well empty. Other than some crates kind of here or there. And in his comm unit, kind of up here in this corner here,
Yeah.
kind of slightly raised shelf area, you see some of those bags that they got away with.
Oh, okay, it's the same people.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
The little boxes of
Little bitty
seeds?
yeah.
Okay, the bumper ones. Okay, yep, got it.
Okay, so
So if anyone asks, we were ambushed. We didn't just crash it.
Rock snuck up
so
on
going
us.
off that knowledge, seeing those seeds and who these people are, he's going to cast his say vision, quote unquote, out further to see if he can find their vehicles
Okay.
in the immediate area.
You seem to have trouble penetrating the rock surrounding you.
Okay.
Much like if you had a long-range communicator, even if you could communicate with somebody on the moon, if you were deep underground, the signal might not get through.
Cybermancer talents are great for that. But he has to know where they are to use some of those. Yeah, one of his spells does allow him to, as long as it's within 500 meters, he can remote access to it without any kind of interference whatsoever, regardless of what's in between them.
But he has to know about where it's at.
Yeah, he has to know where it is, and he has to have had previous access to it first, which is why he was reaching out to see if he can find it. If he can, he was going to essentially tag it So that would essentially give him a target to focus his abilities.
So you're basically looking for I think it was the pickup truck that you interacted with.
More or less, yeah. Or one of their bikes.
Okay. But they had to be within how far
The
distance?
power's 500 DR. 500.
Okay.
Or, well, technically, because that's what this thing. Because everything is feet.
Hey, 5 feet, that's close to 2 meters, for game purposes at least.
Yeah, totally. All right.
In fact, in the
So he
old
can't find
D20
it.
Star Wars, I think they just made them 2 meter squares.
So he can't find anything else other than comlink?
No, just that dude's comlink.
Okay. He's essentially just going to keep an eye on that comlink, just sort of mentally, sort of get that data in, and he'll kind of...
Now, what you can see using the comlink's camera, what you can see of the guys around him, they're dressed about like the bikers, or the guys on the bikes were.
Yeah.
Just a second, let me get his stats pulled up. Let's see. They've all got pistols on their hip. And short blades, which I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a short sword or that's supposed to be like a big knife.
I think it's more like a short sword. Because I think I have one. It's a D6.
Yeah,
I think that's the short sword because the dagger variant is the common.
Though theirs looks more like a machete.
Machete. Okay.
Yeah. More like it's intended as a tool, but of course, machetes make great weapons too.
Yeah, he is quietly playing this to Cat.
She's just kind of subtle nodding, trying to figure out how to do sleight of feet since her hands are shackled.
First, she's got to get her boots off. Then she's got to get her lockpicks in her toes.
That would be a feat.
And these are just mechanical, like shackles.
Yeah, there's good old-fashioned lock shut.
Okay. But it'd be very easy if they were, for some reason, electronic shackles. You just go trigger device. Ka-chunk.
Oh, yeah, that would have been really easy.
Would have been very easy, yeah, but I figured I'd go ahead and... sort of look at her like...
She just kind of shrugs back like, my hands are tied here, literally.
The text just runs across her face.
Pretty much.
Would he know if he had enough power with a sprite shatter shackle?
What do you mean by enough power?
Like if he could do it with enough force to break chains that are keeping his hands up.
All right, which ability were you wanting to use on it? Shadow?
Sprite beam.
Sprite.
It's his prime talent. It's his prime damage talent, basically.
Right.
That's force damage.
Let's see here. Do you have Sprite Beam programmed in? Where you could throw it in the chat?
I do. But it just shows the...
Okay.
I've got the book one thing. He said it was Sprite Beam.
It's basically the Esper Genesis variant.
Sprite Beam, beam of energy surrounded by chain of digital codes, streak towards creature in range. Range channeling attack against target. On hit, target takes 1d10 force damage. Power creates more than one beam when reach higher levels.
D10.
It's like magic missile.
Basically what he do... Basically, what he'd do is he would see if he could grab the chain,
Mm-hmm.
basically point blank cast it directly on the chain hand.
So that's a prime, which means you can use it multiple times.
As times as he needs to.
It might take 2 or 3 blasts, but you're pretty sure you could bust these things open, yeah.
Okay.
Now, blasting away on them, it's going to make noise.
Heck,
Yeah.
if Kat sees him
Okay.
doing this, she's gonna be like, and like point
He's-
at Jade and Francis. Like
He's gonna keep
they're
it.
they're kind of
But
I'm gonna keep these explosions on the down low.
yeah. Basically, what he's gonna be doing right now, so we can go back to the cat's gonna do something, is he's gonna basically keep his connection to that comm link open, and he's just gonna gathering intel. Comm link.
He's going to do what now?
He's gonna be gathering intel through that comm link for right now.
Okay.
Is basically what he's gonna do until advantageous presents itself.
Alright. Let's get back to our boys in the bush.
Not the best way to phrase that, but I'll accept it.
What?
phrasing.
You're out in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Anyway,
we still doing phrasing now?
We're always doing phrasing.
I think it's just a diarrhea thing.
all right, let's fight.
You sure you don't want to talk to him? Calm things down?
Find out where they took your buddies.
Yeah, something like that.
There are footprints.
Are there?
Unless they used the hover car.
Then there wouldn't even be tire tracks.
There'd be an impact force that you could follow.
On a hard packed road? I don't know. Alright, so what are y'all doing?
He's currently the brick of this group, so I'm waiting for Danru to engage.
I'm waiting for the key moment which one gets close enough for me to attack.
Alright, both of you can see this guy. Well, no, actually, Patrick can't. The rock's in the way. You know there's somebody over in that general direction, just from the sound. Danru can see him. Might be able to see him. So, yeah, we'll say Danru's got clear view of everybody. Patrick, you know the general gist of where, folks are based on sound.
It's time to make the best of the surprise round. Danru will point at himself and point towards the guy to our north,
Okay.
and then point at my dear Ashen-forged friend, and then point to the left. And then do a little, walkie thing of showing when they come up, then you hit. And then I'm going to dash out the bush at the other guy.
Alright.
Got it.
Give me... a stealth roll. I want to see if they notice you as you start to move around before you get up on your feet.
Well, dang, that was a low roll.
Now, I'm going to say that these two have their back to you, so I'm not going to roll for them, just this guy in the north.
Yes!
Oh. Oh no.
Oh.
Well,
On
I
the
don't know if
plus
y'all gonna be able
side,
to
I
see
got that out of.
I rolled me a
On the
nice
plus
little
side,
skull, which on these dice is the 1. So he also rolled a 1, Patrick, so you may not be completely hosed. Let's see here. Gang members. Oh, that's right. Well, no, this would not be their passive perception because they are actively looking around. All right. But they don't have perception.
So that would go to their.
Wisdom. And you can imagine how wise an average gang member is. So he has a 1 on his check. Patrick has a 2.
So quote a friend about hers. I'm smart. I have plans.
He does really like The Godfather too.
He does really like The Godfather too.
All right.
Surprisingly, Eric, since you were gone, I apparently beat his wisdom check.
How?
Well, Patrick rolled
Poked
a
the
1.
guy's eyes out.
Patrick rolled a 1, but he had a +1. The other guy rolled a 1 and had nothing.
He tripped really quietly into that bush.
Praise Snuffle.
All right, Danru, do what you gonna do.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna dash out from this bush to about, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20. And about there.
Just kind of
Pop
whacking
out
with it as you run by, huh?
Pop out my glaive and swipe.
All right, give me your old attack roll.
I'm Onceler, I speak for the trees.
All right, so that's a 15, which is higher than his armor class.
Oh, no, that's not how you do it.
It is not. Do you remember how to do it?
I thought you clicked on damage.
Click the actual word glaive until it highlights red and then click it.
Huh.
Okay, now like that. Okay, I think your thing might be broke.
I
There you
got
go.
what you meant after you said glaive. You meant glaive on the roller, not on the character sheet.
Yep.
Gotcha, champ. I gotcha. It's a 9 damage.
Teamwork.
Alright, so 9 damage to him. Alright, Patrick, are you going to do anything during the surprise round? Oh, no, you were waiting there for them to come around the corner, weren't you?
Yes.
Alright. Go ahead and give me initiative rolls then.
Smaller. Oh, it does. Good.
Let's see, you get a turn.
Thankfully, I'm getting those out of me early.
You get a turn.
Oh, you're just collecting them.
Sucks for that guy. So bad for him. Yeah, he did pretty good. Alright. So what have you other two got for initiative? Patrick?
I rolled a 2. And that's total. I rolled another 1 again.
Yeesh. Now, if you pull up your character sheet, you should be able to click the,
Initiative
I
button.
mean, we're going to go with the 2 for now, but...
Okay.
And if
You're
you
actually,
highlight-
you're actually talking. You're saying in roll 20.
Yeah, on the character sheet and roll 20. And if you click your miniature before you do it, it'll automatically put it in the turn order. I mean, don't worry about it this time. But...
All right.
Alright, top of the order is the guy that Taylor just smashed.
Let me smack.
Well, I guess it's more of a slashing. Let's see, what does he want to do? He steps away to shoot you. He's going to go with the short blade. Take a slash at you. So that is a 3. You got a 21. Does that hit you, Tyler?
Yeah. It does. It's a bigger number than I was prepared for.
2. Let's see, what you're in. 3 points of damage.
Bat. Okay.
Make sure he only gets, No, he gets 2 attacks. Hang on a second. Natural 20.
Oh.
That does indeed hit.
Eight points of damage.
Ow. I mean, that hurt a lot. Like, calm down, champ. Goodness.
Hey,
Alright.
you started it, yeah, as far as he's concerned. And then it is your go.
Alright, hold up. Can I get a call out for that damage again?
3 and 8.
Yeah.
3 and 8? Okay. Oof. Alright, well...
That sounds like it stings from clear over in the cave.
I guess I'm just gonna...
Are you still conscious, Andrew?
Oh, yeah. I can't take, like, another combo like that, but I am alive.
Alright, so what is your response to that combo?
I'm gonna try to hit him with my glaive. There's a 19 hit.
Oh, yeah. They are not heavily armored.
Oh my goodness.
You know, their jackets are a little reinforced, you can tell, but nothing major.
3 damage.
Because actually, I think on the pro side, you actually still did more damage than he's done to you.
Yeah.
He did.
Alright.
He gets that 1 second to kind of smile at you after the damage he's done, and then you just kind of go... Alright, next up is old boy down here, who has heard the commotion. 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30.
And do I get to...
At any point after this point, you can do something to him, because then you can see him.
Alright, I am going to, hopefully it'll work this time, use my laser. And by that I actually mean I would say it's the laser blast spell. Yes.
Ah.
Mate with the pew pew.
Alright.
Which would be your...
It's actually got a lot... yeah, it's a power-based attack,
Okay.
So
on your sheet, since we're using the 5e sheet, it'd be the spell attack. You've got that filled in your sheet somewhere.
I don't know if I do or not, honestly.
Oh, that's right. That wouldn't be leveled up yet anyway, though. I don't know if
Yeah, I'll just use the dice roller. I know, because it's more or less a attack roll based on that.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have the spell attack bonus put in there anyway.
Yep.
Not bad. Definitely hits.
Good. And that is... Alright. Hang on.
Yeesh.
Ow.
Double checking, I think I left a +5 in there, but otherwise it's still the...
Okay, so
still...
it should have just been the dice and not the +5.
Let me double check that, though.
Oh.
Let's see. Addition. On a laser blast, on a hit, the target take 46 radiant damage in addition to the next attack roll made against the target before the end of next turn. Also, since it's a blinding blast, the next attack against that character has advantage on it.
So you did 16
If it
points.
survives.
You did 16 points.
Yeah.
Then, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he never even knows what hit him. The flash of light's another. He just starts to turn, and then everything goes away for him.
Thanos?
Step into the light of my laser.
As he drops back, he's basically got a hole burned in his face right about here. Next up is his buddy, who was following behind him and saw that crap. So he rounds the corner, just spraying into the bush. His attack will be at disadvantage because you are largely hidden. So
Now Jason has to slowly regret that decision to roll in the darkness twice.
wow, I almost wish I had a camera pointed at my dice. That's a freaky roll.
Double 20s.
Double 18s.
Huh.
Poop nanners.
Alright, so his first attack hit. His second attack, however, will probably miss. What is your AC, Patrick? I'm assuming higher than 11?
AC is an 18.
Okay. So the first one hit, the second one does not. And that is a D6 plus 1, as he's only got a light pistol on him. 4 points of damage.
Alright.
And then we are, let's see, we're at the bottom of the order, which would be your actual turn, since you were holding an action.
Alright. There's only that many. I probably should save this. How many times a day can I do this? It's something I got last turn.
Which one are you asking about?
I'm checking it on one of my class features. Oh, that's only with a rest, so that works.
Long rest or short rest?
I'll have to look at the character sheet.
Okay.
But since he's this close, I actually will step out and hit him with my flamethrower.
Oakley dokley.
Daniel is about to realize his partnership with this man may not get a hostage.
Well, you're a fighter. I'm not. I kind of have to go for lethality.
Yeah, I just,
Alright, so the flamethrower is a special ability of yours?
Yeah, it's rig expansion. That's under the... what's the...
That's the rig expansion.
It's kind of like the Dominions that you have in the cleric classes.
Mm-hmm.
Which... I went with the machinist one. Rig expansion, Fire Blossom, page 73. Starting at second level, use your rig expansion feature to forge a risk-controlled flamethrower. As an action, you may target any number of creatures within 30 feet of you. Those targets makes a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes fire damage equal to 2d10 plus your engineer level.
Okay, so his saving throw. He got a 2. 3.
He'll be fine.
3 with his dex. So roll the damage for it. Alrighty. Let's see, where is the thing I'm looking for here? Here we go. And he is dead.
Also, after that goes, turn around to Dander and kind of say, I'm kind of sorry you had to see that.
Now, I just
No,
want to
it's
note.
good. I should have known I should have been the one to knock someone unconscious. That's my fault.
I just like the fact that the engineers sitting there going, well, he's the fighter, so I've got to, But who took out, 2 of the 3 people?
Yeah, I've noticed that the class I took, they're kind of more like a glass cannon. I can actually put out a ton of damage. I just can't really take it.
Yeah. And these guys were not exactly high tier anything.
So, do these guys have a vehicle?
Yes, it's up here, just off the map, basically.
Cool.
And I can work with this.
Yep. Loot the bodies.
Okay.
Of course.
They've all
Tradition.
got short blades and light pistols. They're all wearing armored jackets. And there's about 50 credits or whatever the money is between them.
Guy on fire, much harder to loot.
Well, he
I've got
doesn't
a
stay
glaive
on fire, but yeah.
I'm gonna just kind of shovel dirt on him from my glaive. Put it out. Alright, so you said 50 credits?
Yeah.
Cool, we split that evenly between us?
Fair enough.
Cool. Alright, and my backpack.
I'm eating s'mores. I had these before I got here.
You know what? Neither of us are really human. I'm assuming these are humans.
Yes.
So, that's still kind of weird to me, but I ain't gonna stop you. Alright, let's see here. Oh, I can still hold 80 more pounds of shit. Alright, putting everything in my backpack.
It was not like anything they had was really all that heavy.
So you said 3 armored vests?
Armored jackets, yes.
Okay, armor jacket. Number 3. And you said short blades?
Short blades, yeah. And light pistols.
And light pistol. Trace. Gotcha. Alright. If we get you to that vehicle, can you do anything with its tech to see if there's some way to track where it came from?
I can go into the computer and see if I can track its... Basically, more or less bring up what it would amount to its GPS.
Alright, give me
Sounds
a
good.
computer use.
Can I take 20 on it?
I will say you can.
Alright, so that'd be a 23.
If it was a military vehicle with, actual encryption, high-end encryption stuff or something, maybe not, but it's an old, beat-up...
It's space pickup.
It's basically an old beat-up car, so...
So it's a 23 on my roll, then.
Yeah, you get into it, no problem. It has not kept up with its specific GPS coordinates, but in keeping up with its mileage, you know how far it drove from the last time it was cranked.
Yeah.
Basically, it cranked up, it drove a few miles, it stopped.
So they're not that far away.
Right.
Can I also look at what I assume it would actually more or less have a compass system?
Yeah, sure. A lot of cars have them these days. So.
In that case, I actually use that as a reference point to where was the compass at when it cranked up and on its way here?
Okay.
More or less, I'm calculating just to say, okay, they actually were coming from that. They came from that direction.
Okay. Let's see here. Is navigation a skill in this one?
No.
I know it's got a very.
It's astrophysics. There's
Here we are.
investigation, lore, mechanics, medicine.
Give me mechanics. We'll let mechanics work for you figuring out the math on this.
All right. All right. Not
Okay.
great.
Yeah, it's not great. You think you know about where it was? You can definitely get yourself heading in the right general direction.
All right.
All right, so I'm assuming y'all load up in the car.
Yep.
Where? How many miles?
About 4.
On the other hand, if they see this car approaching, they probably wouldn't. Hey, they're back.
Yeah, it's just,
After our last experience.
Yeah, I get worried real fast about vehicles all of a sudden. How about we take a 20 on this drive roll, too?
Well, now remember,
We don't go...
basic vehicles, any of you can drive as far as just run of the mill.
Yeah.
So you got to start making, swerve to avoid stuff, that kind of thing.
The our problem was she just rolled the nat 1.
And there's
Yeah.
not much. And there's not much you
What's
can do
the
with the next
worst
one.
that can happen, guys?
Let's just leave the miles per hour under 30.
All right.
Oh wait, I look at it. The clicks, the clicks per second, which I don't know what that speed limit is, but
Click is just kilometer.
yeah.
All right. So which one of you is driving?
I'll drive. Who has the higher dex between the two of us? I'm 1.
I'm 1.
All right.
I would merely throw out that if you don't drive, Patrick, the time you spend driving would count as a short rest.
That's your driving then, Danaroo.
Fair enough.
All right. So y'all are driving up to wherever, trying to trace the criminals back to their base. Let's jump back over here in the cave. Alright, so our friends in the cave. As you've been sitting there listening, occasionally you'll hear them mutter and talk to each other. But, it's literally just them, moaning and groaning. They didn't really join up with this group to be farmers, but that looks like what they're going to wind up doing. They thought it'd be, on this planet out here in the middle of nowhere. They thought this would be an easy job, and they started talking about how many of their guys have already died.
It's like we encountered player characters. Come on, man.
They were in so remote an area, they were certain they'd never run into PCs. One of them is in favor of just going in there and shooting all 4 of you. You match the description of the guys that they fought at the spaceport. But for whatever reason, their boss wanted to keep you around for a little bit.
Are these shackles at all loose? Like, could she try like a sleight of hand or something to wiggle her hands out?
I suppose escaping should be a thing.
I mean, they're all behind and above her. They're hanging like over the edge of the cliff, right?
The guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sound like they're a little ways back.
Okay. She
And
is
hey,
gonna...
It doesn't sound like
Wearing
they're
a
just leaning
mask.
right over you as they're talking or nothing.
So even if she breaks her own thumb to get out, they don't see her grimace.
Pretty much. Well, it does kind of react to her facial expressions, but
Unless she turns.
Yeah, I think sleight of
Yeah.
hand. I think sleight of hand would be appropriate.
okay.
All right. So what do we get? 14 ain't quite gonna do it.
14. Yeah. She just kind of looks over and like across the LEDs of the mask, like, if we somehow get my mask off, could you use it to explode and use it as a distraction?
Pin.
All right. All of that cut out for me. Did y'all hear any of it?
Yeah,
I was
didn't
talking
hear
quietly.
it.
Sorry. Well, he's saying quietly. I'm gonna say it. I was sitting there whispering, trying to get into character.
I understand. I understand.
He's like, well, I could theoretically overload the capacitor as an improvised explosive. I'm not sure how much damage it would do.
Should they still be shackled? Fuck.
Could also theoretically do it to serious distraction.
You cut out.
God damn my mic!
Yeah, you're. It sounds like you're going through a tunnel for me.
I don't know what's going on with it. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I've got right to use my snowball. But anyway, while y'all are discussing that, basically, as you try to get loose with the chains, you hear somebody up there go, "Do y'all hear that?" And you hear steps approach the edge.
She is gonna really quick pretend to be unconscious again.
Ah, yes, the screaming goat defense. Something has come close.
Time to play faint, or time to do possum.
If I'm dead, it won't want to eat me.
So you think?
Guys, I'm rotting here. You don't wanna eat me, right?
Well, the trick to making that work is to lay on your side
He has
with your legs
worms.
spread, so it's like you're bloating already.
If it wasn't shackled.
So, Adrian, you see her go limp all of a sudden. Kind of go up.
He's just gonna stay in that position he's been in. Just watch her. What the heck?
Very small arrow pointing up.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Just stay there still.
All right, so you stay still.
Yeah.
Guy looks over. It's the one with the comm link, so you can tell he's the one that moved forward. If you're still plugged into it.
He is.
And he looks for a minute or so, and then, steps back. I thought I heard something. I thought they might have been waking up. Boss wants to talk to one of them once they're awake. Okay. Is there anything else y'all would like to do?
I think he's good.
Yeah, with Jade and Francis being out, she's not gonna try anything that would put any of them at risk.
Okay. You're there for perhaps another half an hour before you hear another person walk into the cavern. Yeah, but I guess we just have to repeat because I've only got so many average thug minis.
It's the guy's twin.
But
They actually all have little devices on the side that plaster over a fake face, so that you don't know who's doing it. It's a super advanced sci-fi ski mask.
There you go. Sci-fi baklava.
But anyway,
Uh,
he walks around here and climbs down right quick because these step ups aren't huge. It's 5 or 6 feet right here. So a little less than that here. Yada yada. You see him walk by, and he kind of examines Francis and Jay for just a second. Like he's just making sure they're still alive. There's not much in the way of concern for him on his face. You do see him take his comm unit out. His is one he keeps in his pocket. And he kind of takes them by the chin and kind of snaps a picture of their faces. And then he steps over to you two. Now, are you playing at being unconscious? Or you just been sitting there watching him while he does this?
Cat hasn't moved, both her mask on. She's not really, noticeable if she's unconscious or not. She's just watching him without moving her head.
As I realize I was muted. Dunce. That's enough. Adrian is full diving. There's actually no difference between him doing that and being unconscious.
Physically, he's unconscious.
Yeah, he is physically unconscious, which is what he's doing. Since he saw this guy taking pictures, he is physically unconscious, but he is essentially being big old digital ghost right now.
But nobody can see that, right?
Right.
Okay. So he comes up, he grabs Adrian by the face, snaps a picture of him, steps over to Cat. Cat, he grabs you by the chin. He snaps a picture of you with mask on, and then you start trying to fiddle around and take the mask off.
I'd say, while he's fiddling, Adrian's going to see if he can get into this man comlink.
Okay.
She'll say something when he starts fiddling with the mask. She'll be like, "So, someone wanted to talk to us? I'm assuming because you would have killed us if you didn't have any other use for us."
This is true, especially after what you did to my man. He stops fiddling with your head when you start talking to him.
Business is business. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that.
I'm a professional. I can kind of roll with it. Some of my boys, though, they took it a little personal.
She just kind of nods
So
at
who
that.
are you two?
We were just delivering a box, man. You guys went and stole it, so we were getting our box back.
No, they not sign off on the delivery contract until you got it back or something?
It had to be delivered. If they didn't have the box, it wasn't really delivered.
Yeah. You seem to be awfully heavily armed for some delivery people. What exactly is up with you?
Sometimes things go south. Example, you and your boys.
Mm-hmm. So, the Sleeping Beauties over there, where'd y'all pick them up? How long you been traveling with them?
Which one?
Yeah, the lizard and the woman.
Other than the woman, couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you care?
What planet did you pick them up on?
I haven't been planet side in over a month. I didn't pick him up anywhere.
How'd you wind up on the same crew then?
Every now and then you answer a help wanted ad and someone else answers a help wanted ad. You decide to help each other out.
Let's say inside a cat's mask, where only she can see,
Mm-hmm.
on the inner layer, Adrian sends her a message that says, keep him distracted, trying to get to his comlink.
Alright, let's see here.
She just kind of gives like a little nod, like she's readjusting. She's like, "Can you at least you've got my weapons? Can you just at least unshackle me?"
No, I don't think that would be a good idea at all.
Dude, I'm 5'0". What am I gonna do without a gun?
You could be some kind of hand-to-hand expert for all I know. I've made that mistake before. I ain't doing it again. And if you're trying to play the weak woman thing, that definitely ain't going to work for me.
Hey, gotta try.
Curses, a competent minion.
Maybe he's at least lieutenant category. You know, the rest of them have got little white name plates over their head. You know, his is like red.
Shit, he's got a mana bar!
But that's three levels.
You're right. Blue, I guess, would be the one to be.
But that's a level down.
Unless we're going by paranoia ruse. In that case, he's a yellow.
If we were following City of Heroes rules, it would be a yellow.
Yeah, well, I've just gotten back into that game, so, you know, calm down. I don't have it rememorized yet.
She's like, what do you guys want with the seeds anyways?
They're drugs.
She knows that.
Oh, we're just starting up some agricultural... Starting a little agricultural business here at Planetside. Nothing anybody needs to get too worked up about. Truthfully, my boys that went out to gather them, yeah, that was a little more rambunctious than I'd meant for them to be.
Like, she, with the shackles over her head, she does the air quotes of agricultural.
You plant the stuff in dirt, you grow it, it's agriculture.
I mean, once you grow it, who you plan on selling it to? I'm sure they know what it is now. They're going to be looking for it.
Well, if we tried to sell it in a small community like this right off, yeah, it wouldn't take them much to track us down. But if we grow it out here in the middle of nowhere and then ship it to the larger, some of the larger, towns around and up to the station, we could have a market with some distance from us.
And if the station figures it out, what are you going to do then?
We've got some people on the station. We'll be alright.
Yeah, she's hoping Adrian's catching all of this.
Oh, he is.
Now, Adrian, you were getting into his computer, or into his comlink, correct?
Yep.
Alright. What... Does the ability automatically let you take it over, or do you have to make computer rolls? And the ability is just letting you interact with it?
Yes.
Give me a computer roll.
Straight roll?
Yeah.
Cat is keeping him distracted while he's
Let's
doing
say
this.
that, that's distracted. And
He put
Well,
it back in
his
his pocket.
His comm
given
unit
his
has got some
expertise with
decent-
systems.
His comm unit has got some decent encryption on it.
Ah.
Where the other guy just had, kind of
I
a
had like an
cheapy-
iPhone 4.
Let me double check something. I have some bypass encryptions anyway. It's not some slip.
You were cutting in and out there. What now?
My mic. So I think I might have something that lets me bypass that.
Okay.
But let me double check. Nope, I get it at next level.
Okay.
The black hat power lets me just automatically bypass rank 2 or lower security encryptions.
Okay.
And then it just keeps going up as my powers grow.
Yeah.
Wish I was 3rd level, damn it. Okay. So yeah. Straight computer roll, you said?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, you're having a little trouble with the encryption.
Okay. Does he still get in, or did it just take longer?
No, you're not in yet.
Okay. Can he try again since these two have been talking for a while?
Yeah, I'll give you one more shot at it. That seems fair.
God damn it.
Okay, Cat, you better keep him talking.
Like, so, let's say, we've got no better options at this point. I mean, she just kind of, does the motion with her hand. What if we went to join up? How would we go about doing that? Is there an application we have to fill out? Some kind of hazing?
You'd have to convince me you were sincere. And that's going to take a little bit, I'll be honest with you.
Dude, it was just a business. We took the job. This was supposed to even just be a plain drop-off. We didn't even know about the stuff in it. If we would have known about the stuff in it, do you think we would have delivered it? We would have sold it. We're a bunch of scumbag pirates.
Roll me a...
She's technically not wrong, considering most of the crew.
The weirdest part is me and Danry, the guys coming in, are I think probably the only two guys that are lawful good.
Whoa. Let's not start throwing around lawful. I'm neutral good.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going by the Paladin Association in that regards. Sorry.
5e Paladin restrict to a lawful good alignment, which I enjoy, personally.
What did you want me to roll?
That's what I'm looking at. Let's see. Deception. There's nothing y'all shown me so far would indicate y'all would actually be selling drugs.
Well,
Her charming smile is hidden by the mask. Damn it.
Yeah, that was a nice try, though. And while it'd be nice to have that ship of yours, yeah, I've got this odd feeling that the second you got to your ship, you'd just be gone.
Well, at least you're not dumb.
Yeah, they put this, the slightly smarter ones of us get put in charge.
Gonna go ahead and make another roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
I swear on my dice.
At least it wasn't an 11.
Oh, that's true.
Alright. Yeah.
I mean, he's had time to mess around with this, so... Would he have had any better understanding of the encryption?
I'll say you've managed to get into it a little bit.
Okay.
At this point, you can look at data on it, but you can't necessarily alter the data.
Okay.
Could you use it as a communication out to try and maybe get hold of the other guy?
Yeah, he could probably make a call, or I guess in text with it would be the easiest thing to do.
He could, but that's not what he's after right now.
What is he after?
Give him our GPS coordinates!
What he's going to try to do is, first he's going to try to erase the pictures that were just taken while this guy's distracted, and then try to siphon as much data out of it as he can.
Okay. Well, you're at the point now that you could begin taking data.
Yeah, so
you would not be erasing it, but you could be copying it.
Yeah, he is copying data to his mental link.
Okay. There have been an exchange of basically texts fairly recently where he details what has happened and whoever his superior is seems to be chewing him out pretty good.
Okay.
They wanted, whoever the bosses are, wanted the seeds picked up in a much more subtle manner. They weren't looking to tip people off that something was going on. He blames basically the incompetent locals that he's been saddled with. You get the impression that he is not from around here. I mean,
Right.
maybe from the planet. He doesn't have an odd accent that really sticks out or anything.
Uh-huh.
But it sounds like the rest of the folks he's hired are kind of from this area,
Okay.
where he was sent out here to set up this farm.
Right. Does it give any location of where that farm might be?
No, and they're texting each other back and forth. They're not, the farm at, this coordinate and that coordinate.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, most of the verbiage is
sorry.
kind of vague as not to be like super incriminating.
Yeah, he's gonna keep siphoning information while trying to be able to get through more of the encryption.
But when he mentions having, a little bit later, the conversation, he mentions having captured 4 of you. When he describes Jade and Francis, there is some interest.
Okay.
The boss wants pictures.
Alrighty.
Which was just shortly before he came, into the cavern.
Right.
From what you can pick up, the boss is wondering, just based on his description, they match the description of somebody a person higher in the organization is looking for.
Okay.
And he has basically told this guy, if you've caught the 2, the big wig is looking for, that's going to do a lot to kind of smooth things over for you.
Right. So he has an idea for that. Okay. Gonna get another. Am I allowed another roll to try to get through the encryption?
All right, Kat, can you keep him talking a little bit longer?
Sure. So, you haven't killed us. What's your plan with us? Does somebody, want us? Are you going to sell us to somebody? 'Cause, I mean, if you're going to sell us, you might as well get the other 2 some medical attention. They've been unconscious, and this guy just faints at a drop of a hat. He's no good.
He's like, well, I've got bosses that may be interested in those 2. The rest of you, I'm just checking to see if there's anybody out there who might be looking for any of you. Because if these 2 were on the run from somebody, it might be an entire ship full of people with bounties on them. I don't know. That's if these guys are.
The rest of us are totally stand-up citizens.
You were just telling me what scumbags you were.
That was sarcasm. I'd hold up the sign, but she wiggles the finger again.
I'm almost going to feel bad if we end up having to shoot you.
I'm gonna feel bad too if you have to shoot me. I'm being honest here.
All right, Adrian, give me another roll.
Considering how much work he's had with this, could I potentially get an advantage? Because he's had some time to mess around with the security with this thing.
It's probably more low-tech than the stuff we were getting back on the ship.
That's why I'm asking. Okay.
No, his communicator's pretty top tier. I mean, it's not military grade encryptions or anything. But
it folds and the screen doesn't break.
It's a Nokia.
No, you can tear the screen in half and then put it back together. That's how good it is.
I don't want it.
Let's see.
Kill him. Adrian stealing the phone. Not for the information on it, just because new toy.
Well, I tell you what. Cat's done a good job of distracting him. which doesn't help you on a computer roll particularly because you're just going up against its onboard encryption. But I will give her an inspiration, and if I recall how inspiration works, I believe she can give it away,
She would pass it along.
and that will give you an advantage on the roll.
Alrighty. Hey!
Much better.
That nat 20. Yeah.
Alright. His comlink is your comlink.
Fantastic.
You may now delete and take and whatever you want to.
Yeah. Well, while she's talking him up, he'll make a copy. Not take. He'll make a copy of every single last bit of data that comlink has on it.
Okay.
He will delete the pictures that he's taken of the crew.
Okay.
And then he will wait until the guy walks away from them once this conversation's over. And he will leave a delayed message to this guy's boss from him. Not from Adrian, from guy who owns the comlink.
Okay.
Basically sending his boss a message, chewing him out and cussing him out, and basically blaming everything on him.
That's gone wrong so far.
Ow. It's going to make his yearly review kind of rough.
Yeah?
Could you also use it to send a rescue party the
Well,
GPS
yes.
coordinates?
He will do a quick ping to the other two. Stealthily, of course.
Okay. The signal does not seem to get out of the cave if you're trying to send it right now. Now you can do a delayed something.
He is. He's delaying it until it gets reception, and then it will ping it.
Okay.
And
yeah, no problem.
And the ping will be tied in to the same time the message sends. So in case it does capture his attention, he's going to be distracted by messages back really damn quick.
Okay.
Probably. Maybe. Adrian's assuming. But that's what information he has to work with, and that's what he thinks will work. So that's what he's doing.
The fellow questioning you, Cat, wants to know who you're working for. You talked about, answering an ad like these two over here. Whose ad did you answer?
Some guy back up on the station, some bigwig. Started with a C. Charlie? I mean, he just said he had a box he wanted brought down to planet. He paid way too much money for it, honestly.
She gets a message inside her mask that says, "I've got everything I need."
I think the dude had more money than sense. I mean, she knows the guy's name, but she's not gonna say it.
Yeah, I thought I had written his name down, too.
Stephen Carter.
That's it. Okay.
I mean, he can't write ads either. I mean, if you guys help him with the ad, you really need to school him. Don't seem too eager to get a box down to the planet. He overpaid.
I'll keep that in mind next time.
Glad I can help. What about these shackles? I mean, I can't go anywhere. There's like 4 of you. I don't have any guns. These guys are unconscious. They'll get pissy if I leave them back.
I don't have the keys to your shackles. Let me go look for them.
Go do that.
He turns around and just kind of
I'll be here
as he walks off.
Hold on, I'll take the elevator down and get them.
And he eventually leaves.
Adrian will stay he'll back out of the connection just enough to where he's just viewing what's being seen on the comlink at this point.
Okay.
But he does want to keep track of when that message and the ping sends.
Okay. Since they know you're awake, the guards reposition themselves slightly.
She just kind of gives like a little fingertip wiggle wave, like, "Hello, boys."
You hear one of them, I still think we should just shoot him. I mean, I'm not going to because, the boss would absolutely kill us. But
Yeah, boss doesn't sound like a great guy. Have you guys considered a new Like, job? Be your own boss.
One of them that hasn't talked so far looks over at the more talkative one. Stop talking to him.
Oh, come on, guys, you're entertaining me. The other guys are unconscious, they're no fun.
Alright. Skipping back over to Dan, Rue, and Hull.
Yo.
You've been driving for a little bit. You pass a turnoff that you don't take. Within a few miles, you realize that was probably where you needed to turn. You know, Patrick's guesstimations on where this vehicle had traveled, were a little off apparently. So the trip takes a little bit longer. As you come back to the turnoff, you start up. It's kind of going up into the hills, where the road you'd stayed on kind of was weaving between them. You come out of a little wooded area, and out ahead of you is a decent-sized little campsite. You're a little worried about how many people may be there at first. Then you realize some of the larger tents are actually set up to cover vehicles. The tents are kind of camouflaged from the top, to blend in with the terrain. From this distance, you can see a few people walking around, but the camp doesn't seem to be super busy.
Get the card.
Give me perception checks, you two.
Ouch!
That moment when your eyes gets poked out.
Not, marginally better.
Alright. Ooh, I was typing. I didn't even see what y'all were talking about, but now I see it.
I got distracted by the amazing flora on this planet.
Either that or the ping you got from Adrian, one of the two.
You're very nervous about driving. And then your cell phone goes off and you're checking your text while you're driving. But Hull, you notice where you crest a little hill. There's a relatively flat area that the campsite's on, and then the mountain continues up. You notice a cave entrance. About the time you notice it, a man walks out, and there's a few other people wandering around the camp, but you happen to notice this guy, and he's barely out of the cave at all before you and Dan Rue's comlinks ping. It's not a full message. It's basically just Adrian's name and like a GPS coordinate.
I checked the GPS coordinates. Are we near it?
Yeah, he's just he's just 100 yards or so ahead of you. About where that cave entrance would be.
Alright, and you said one guy just kind of walked out, but he hasn't noticed us yet, correct?
Oh, you see him kind of glance over at the vehicle, but remember, you're driving one of their vehicles.
Yeah.
The windows are slightly tinted. I mean, not enough that's going to fool anybody any kind of ways close to you, but from 100 yards away,
I don't know what you're talking about. I have this great ability called minor alteration. I totally look like one of his dudes.
Fly casual, Chewie.
Yep.
He's
So-
gonna have to wait.
So
No.
you can literally
My
lean out the
eyes.
windows and wave, as long as they don't get
None.
close enough to see your eyes.
Nonchalantly drive up to them.
Well, you've got the big tents that the vehicles stay in, which would presumably be where he'd park.
Yep.
You have some of their old armor, you could always throw it on.
Yeah, take that fancy gear you've got off and put their little +2 AC armored jackets on.
Over the armor. Over the
Over the armor.
all three of them at once, just like as a cloak.
Alright, so as you're pulling up, and of course, you know, you're going slower now as you get close to the camp. Where do you drive?
I'd say head for one of the tents.
I'll see if anyone's waving me down to go to a specific area. Otherwise, I'll just head for one of the tents.
Okay. Nah, nobody's paying that much attention to you. I mean, several people look in your direction when they see you. You know, one or two of them even kind of wave, but nobody's, you know. They were expecting you to come back, or, you know, it looks like they were expecting the truck back before too long. Or, excuse me, this would be more of a car, but... And when you pull into one of the larger tents, there's nobody currently in there. You know, there's 2 or 3 other vehicles in there.
So,
One of the things I can do, the sheriff that contacted us,
Mm-hmm.
I basically send him a message with our location and more or less a status update about we found their camp.
Very quickly you get back. Do you know how many of them there are?
How many have we just head count? You said we saw a few of them, but
You've seen like 4 guys walking around the camp. Based on the vehicles, you would assume there's a few more somewhere. Of the 2 big vehicle tents, one of them seems to be, you know, your pickup truck, you know, common vehicles. The other one appeared to be farming equipment. But things like tractors with, you know, with plow attachments and not full-size bulldozers, but think of something about like a bobcat.
yeah. Let them know we have identified 4. The number of vehicles indicates there were more than that.
Let's see, and what was the nature of the deal he made with you?
I legitimately can't remember, so.
Trying to remember if they were planning to send backup or if you were just supposed to go out and take care of this.
I can't remember either, and I did not write down the notes.
But we'll say that when you see that information, he'll you know, him and some of his guys will start moving in that direction. So you've got some backup coming. Since it does not sound like, you know, it doesn't sound like y'all are walking into an army. But you know, and he basically tells you can wait for the backup or do whatever you need to. When you updated him, did you tell him about the car crash and that you're missing the rest of your team? Or did you just fill him in on, we're at their base, this is how many of them we see?
I'll inform him that our vehicle was brought down We were at me and our Danru, if he remembers him at all, ambushed at the crash site. The rest of our team may be captured.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, he's definitely sent some guys then. Let's see. He asked for where the crash site was, which you know.
Yeah.
You can you can probably give him the GPS, or at very least give him the general area. It's on the road; they'll see it.
There's a guy that was on fire near it. It's not hard to find.
Yeah.
Just look for the burning man, or maybe smoldering by the time you get there.
Nicolas Cage? What are you doing here?
Somebody told him it was a movie, and that's all it took.
He's here to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Or a baby, or Pampers,
Or bees.
or bees.
So,
Or the scene. He can steal a scene.
Sometimes. Alright, so what is the battle plan, fellas?
Alright, Taylor. Do we wait for backup? Because... just to ask, you have healing abilities, right? Or are you still hurt from the last fight?
yeah, I have a healing ability. I'll go ahead and say I used it once on the road. As soon as I remember as soon as I open up a completely inconspicuous PDF I own to, oh no, I can't find it.
Could you have done like a short rest while driving?
Part
Not
of the
while driving, because
Yeah, he
part
could
of the
while
whole
driving.
reason.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I didn't drive, so I could get some of my abilities back.
But no, like, I have my abilities open. I was just opening a PDF to,
What's the skill you're looking for? Because I got my book.
I'll be right back real quick.
That's
Okay.
my problem. Is I had a PDF for the book. It no longer opens, and I don't have the
That's
spell
weird.
written down.
Like, what's the... Do you remember the spell name?
It was a healing spell. I think it's a D8 in my charisma score.
Alright, let's see here. Regenerative force. No, it's something for long. But it was, you're pretty sure it was an actual ability.
Yeah, it's on the Sentinel abilities, but I have nothing that rolls a D8, and previously I rolled a D8, so I'm gonna assume it was a D8 roll.
Yeah, I seem to recall you having some kind of healing. Come on now.
It's in the Sentinel abilities, but I'm gonna need a new copy of the book from some source or another.
Uh,
I had not realized that I no longer had a copy.
You have regenerative force. At first level, you can energy stored in your rig to generate living tissue. And you take a long rest. That's not it.
Well, but that's like a pool you can use each long rest. So right now he could take 10 HP back from that.
Which is almost what you lost in it.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and pop that for that 10 health then.
Could mend be the ability you were...
Probably.
Actually, I think you're right, because believe mend is more or less the heal light wounds of this war.
I'm just looking at the Sentinel Lips powers list.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, mend is a creature you touch regains hit points equal to 1d8 plus forging ability modifier.
Yeah, that's it.
That would be it.
Okay. So you've got that or that pool of points you can spend between long rests. However you want to do it.
I'll go ahead and spend off that pool
Okay.
and pop 10 back. So, I could pretend to have kidnapped you. Since I look like one of his men.
Yeah, that's one option.
Sounds like an option you don't want to do. I'm gonna assume we had this conversation on the road.
Yeah.
Since,
Yeah.
we'd be making a plan.
How good of... But you actually said your eyes kind of give you away, though. Was any of them wearing sunglasses or anything like that, or...?
Sure, we'll say they were.
Alright.
Or goggles or something.
Alright. You're dragging me...
Unconscious.
In other words, I'm on your shoulders, you're dragging me. Depends on what you want to do.
All firemen's carry you.
Alright.
Alright. So you come walking out of the tent with him draped over your shoulders. Does your ability allow you to mimic voices?
I believe so.
Because you'd heard some of these guys talking, so it would be theoretically possible.
But right now, I'm kind of flying with no guidance.
Because you lost your book.
I didn't lose it. The internet lost it. It was the link you gave me.
The internet ate my paper.
Anyway, so you got him fireman carrying. You walk out of the tent holding him. Let's see. You wouldn't necessarily have you didn't notice the cave, so you didn't notice who came out of the cave. But one of the guys that seems to be walking down from this cave that you now spot. Because from where he's standing now, you can see a path leading up to it. He looks over at you. Good job! Did you find the other one?
And I'll shout back, they had set up an ambush. Took the other two out, had to kill the guy. And, while holding him, got the one, and, I'm dressing. And, the guy we killed had a really good set of armor.
We'll have to take a look at that armor. You may not get to keep that.
Completely understood, sir. You want me to drop this with the others?
Yeah. And when he says yeah, he kind of gestures back behind him.
Yeah, I'll start walking in the cave.
Okay. So you two go ahead and drop your minis here at the cave entrance. You're on the left side here. That's not quite the entrance. You had to walk a ways to get here. And it was a downward slope. It's not very bright down here, but there's some bioluminescent fungi. Which I'm sure Taylor or Danru finds fascinating.
Fungus ain't exactly my main thing, but it grows like anything else. I'm interested.
Putting the fun in fungus.
Well,
Evidence.
a good culture of fungus in the soil is very important to the overall plant health, too.
Yeah.
Are you still carrying me, or are we just going? Because if I unleash my drones, we might be able to get in a surprise round.
Send your drones to free us.
I'm just picturing you slung over his shoulder. He just walks in, suddenly all your drones lift up off your rig.
So, do you have a silent way to beat opponents?
No.
Dang.
I am a lot of things. Quiet is not one of them.
Wait.
Yeah,
You got a
never
short. You
mind.
got short blades off those other guys. The engineer could go melee.
With
That'll
my,
go well.
With my
It'll
zero
go
strength.
fantastic.
Oh,
Yes, it's still a D6.
Mm,
And I think short blades can use your dex if you got a better dex.
Yeah, 'cause I've got short blades too, and they go off decks.
You know, I think they're versatile or whatever. Where you can do it either way. Is versatile? No, finesse. Yeah, whichever one it is.
yeah, I think versatile. It's basically you could use it two-handed or one-handed.
anyway. Coming on in.
So the important part
There's
is
just-
when you walk in, are you still carrying?
Maybe
No,
treat your
at some point, if there's ever a point in there walking where someone wasn't watching me, I'll set him down. I'll just be kind of like holding him from the back. I'll be holding his arms.
Like they're tied.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk in, and this first guy here looks up when he sees you. Hey, Bobby, you got one of them.
Yep. And one of you just take a break. I'll be swapping out with one of y'all while we put him in.
The really talkative guy back here yells dibs where anybody else can.
You just hear Cat yell, "What about me? Can I take a break?"
Trust me, babe, you will in a minute. As sleazy as I can get that out.
He's like, I'll just stay here then, actually. Y'all go have
Sounds
fun.
good. Alright, so talkative boy heads
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, talkative boy starts heading on. This first guy asks you, wasn't there supposed to be another one? I'm pretty sure the count was 6.
They laid an ambush. We had to shoot from a distance. One shot caught him in the head.
Roll me deception.
It's charisma based, so
They technically did have to shoot one guy in the head.
Danru's good, but he can lie like a rug. Or not.
I mean, it's a low roll. It happens.
Yeah, that first guy's looking at you. And as you step a little bit closer... Oh, wait, no, we said you were wearing glasses, so the eyes won't give you away. Why are you wearing your sunglasses inside?
because he's that guy.
Because I was wearing them outside. And I haven't really figured out where to put them on this new suit I just got off the dead guy. Which apparently I won't be allowed to keep.
Nah, not if it's high dollar. You know them rules.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Just giving more time for talkative guy to leave.
A little bit, yeah. As he starts to pass this first guy, though, the first guy holds his hands out. Wait just a second. So exactly how did this fight go down?
We drove up to the truck. One popped out from the bushes with a flamethrower. And he, pointing at the one. And the bigger guy popped out from higher up with a rifle.
And he got did you bring the other two? Did you bring the other two of our guys back?
I'm afraid enough of this guy waking up. I wanted to get him here as fast as possible. Get him captured, and then we'll go pick up our buds. Because this dude's some kind of freaky something.
Give me another deception roll.
Oh, come on!
So I forget. Which two guys went out with you?
Bobby Joe and Bob.
I
Joe
looted the
Bobby.
bodies. Did they have IDs?
Bobby Joe and Joe Bobby. No.
You mean they were driving without a license?
Or their license were in their
Designated
communities,
myself.
you haven't hacked.
Let's see,
That's illegal.
as that guy asks that, because they're technically right above us, Adrian is going to very loudly jerk on the chains. Like, make a whole lot of noise.
Roll me
Trying to distract the guy.
Roll me a deception. Because I don't think you really
Okay.
have bluffs. I think bluff would fall under deception in this.
Yeah, it's deception.
Deception to cause a distraction by yanking chains. I'm just curious.
You're trying to distract him's the thing.
Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha.
And
So
distraction
it's
isn't a
something.
roll, so it's deception.
Well, I mean, that's fair. I think I'm horrible at, but that's fair.
Well, you can use performance, I guess, if you'd rather.
That's still charisma. Technically as a performance, so I'll just go ahead and use that. Nope. I have a -1 to charisma, y'all.
Now, this guy over here, he's like, oh!
wait.
How small is Adrian? A big guy or average sized or little guy?
He's a bit average. He's average for a Promethean. He's like 6 feet, give or take. Actually, let me double check that. Yeah, he's about 6'1".
Okay, so pretty average. He wouldn't call
Pretty
you
average.
a little guy.
Yeah, he's pretty average.
But anyway, this guy here is like, hey, that one's finally awake.
Give him a minute or two, he'll pass out again.
No, shut up.
You pass out at the drop of a hat. Seriously, I tell you, you gotta get that checked out.
Yeah, I know.
Taylor, you see this guy up here get distracted for just a second, glancing over there? You gonna do anything?
And,
Well, actually, you're down to the ground now, too.
yeah,
Patrick, so.
just to ask. Oh, you said you're basically like walking me like I was actually tied up,
Yeah.
and I gotta ask: should we light this candle?
Can you hit two at once?
I have a flamethrower.
Do it. We are best friends.
Actually, since it's within 30 feet, if
5,
I
10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
so
5, 10. You'd have to be able to take 10 feet of steps.
it'd be if I were to go here.
Yeah, because 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That would reach all
5,
three.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I don't know. I'm counting 30 feet off as getting about here. No, I see.
Yeah.
I was counting the space Patrick's character was in, too.
Yeah,
And that's a no-no.
Yeah.
starting at the end of his spot should be 30.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right.
Oh, these poor SOBs.
Give me dex rolls.
Oh, yes.
Let's say theoretically, since I'm seeing this gout of flame happen, can I use the flame hitting Sally Sue Jeffries over here to fire a sprite beam at him from my position, considering all I have to do is essentially just aim and fire?
Pew, pew, pew.
More or less.
I will give you disadvantage on the attack roll because you are shackled. But yes, I'd let you.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the
Yeah.
dex? 1. Got a 13, a 15, and a 20. What is the difficulty on the flamethrower there, Patrick?
Okay, let me double
Should be your
check on.
proficiency, your
Yeah, it's
forging
actually, I think it's.
attribute.
Yeah, I actually got that. Is it Esper Power DC save? That's what we're looking
Yes,
for?
that's exactly what it is.
13.
All right. Okay, so all 3 of them made it for half damage. So go ahead and roll your damage.
And does a 12 hit that guy?
Actually, yes. With that jacket, 12 is exactly what you need.
Alright, so 13 points of damage. So
half, that's going to be 6 apiece.
so we round down.
Yes. Just like in D&D.
Alright.
8 force damage.
All right.
He's basically using the flamethrower as cover, so that the other two don't really see where it's coming from.
Yeah, they're currently covered in flame, or dodging its way. So
yeah, he's using that as sort of the distraction to see if he can kill this guy with his sprite beam.
And he did.
And as a free action, I tell Danru, cut the others down.
Cut them loose from life.
I was talking about, like, our friends. Cut them, like, their shackles.
Okay.
Oh, so I did kill that guy.
Oh, yeah, the guy up on the little shelf there. Yeah, you got him pretty good.
Okay, nice.
Ooh, and I also just thought of this, too. Coordinated attack. Basically, since whenever I attack someone, I can actually use one of my drones to basically zap one. Machinist, coordinated attack. Its first ability. Or you use an attack action, you can use also attack the same target. I don't know how that works with multi-targets, though. This is 73 on the rulebook, if you want to double-check that.
Oh, what now?
Coordinated attack. You know how I'd had one of my drones can zap people after I attack them?
Yeah.
It's basically any attack. When I make an attack action, I can have them attack the same target. I'm running into a slight issue with this because what I did right there was hitting multiple targets.
I would say you could not do it with the flamethrower because it does not require an attack roll.
Gotcha.
It's an area effect, not a direct, not a typical direct attack. Oh, thank you for the bits, Bubba. We always appreciate that. Alright, so that's the surprise round. Let's get some initiative. Even our shackled buddies, because they might get loose. That's got 19, 16.
There he goes. Nice.
He needs to go away. Alright, is that everybody's initiative in there now? Or are some of those the old ones?
My 15, I don't see.
Alright, let me change yours here. Alright, we got 2 for Patrick. What did Patrick just roll? Patrick just rolled a 20, so we will get rid of that too.
Yeah, 2 is my old roll.
Yeah, I hadn't cleared it yet. That's what caused that. We're good to go now. I gotta remember to have the initiative thing up before I tell you I'll start rolling. Alright, so top of the order is Hull.
Okay. Well, first things first. Back away gives me a little cover. Where would be cover for me in this area?
You would have to drop down to like this level.
Now that's easy enough for me. And I zap this guy with one of my prime abilities.
Okay.
That
This
is
is about a 5-foot drop, so yeah, you can see over it enough to shoot.
And using its electric surge. And because there it is. So okay, it is just a straight attack roll. Double checking that one. All right, 22.
Well, that is definitely a hit. And I forget, were you shooting this guy or this guy?
Yeah, I was shooting this guy.
Okay, gotcha.
They're both armed with like light pistols or things like that, or
Yeah, there's not a lot of difference between them, so it wouldn't really matter.
All right.
So roll that damage.
Okay, just base damage that. No. Not a lot. I can also do this. I actually can do a coordinated attack on him too.
Okay. Roll the coordinated.
Basically, as I zap this guy, as a arc lays out, one of their drones comes up and like hits him with a beam.
Okay. Well, that's definitely a hit. Your drone's maybe a better shot than you are.
It's radiant damage, but how much was that again? Just looking that up. Oh, that's actually... Okay. 9 points of damage on him.
Okay. That is definitely more than he can take. And then it is the other gang member's turn.
I really should have shot this guy first, because I just realized, hey, he's lower in the initiative order.
Well, your character wouldn't really know that, though.
Yeah.
He jumps down here to get these people in this little stalagmite here between himself and Patrick. I am going to say that he is not a very brave man. Patrick, he starts shouting from around the rock. I give, just don't shoot me. Don't set me on fire.
Then I say, set your weapons on the ground.
So, if I do, you're not going to kill me, right?
Yes, I am not going to kill you.
Are you being honest?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Somebody else might kill him.
This thought occurs to him. And none of your buddies are going to kill me, right? Look, I
That depends
give
on-
up. I get out of this alive. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking.
Help us get out of here, and I won't kill him.
And do you actually say that?
Yeah, she would say like, "Hey, you help us get out of here." I mean, we could probably all get out, except for those guys that are already dead.
Yeah. If anybody's lying, give me deception rolls. Otherwise, he's gonna throw the weapons down. Yeah. Tosses the machete out there, sets his gun down on the ground, and kind of slides it away from him.
Alright, I walk over, pick up his weapons, kind of put them under my shoulder, and I basically kind of signaled Danru to kind of help. Let's start getting our friends down.
Danner will go back to his normal look, slide down, and addressing the man, go, "I'm sorry for what happened here. I want you to understand I took no pleasure in this," and is unshackling his friend.
Yeah, man, okay. It's just business, I get it.
Well, it's just like a kind of sort of apology, like, sorry it happened, but had to.
Sorry it happened, but it had to happen.
Sorry it happened, but you kidnapped people that I work with after shooting at us, so it's kind of like,
Alright, so everybody's loose.
Cat's
Did we have a time frame for when that backup was coming?
You do not. So you're gonna try to make your own way out, or you're just gonna hunker down in this cave?
Well, they're deciding that Kat's gonna start looking for her weapons, and Jade and Francis's weapons as well, even though they're probably still unconscious.
You do not see them in this cave.
Okay, she's gonna grab weapons off one of the two dead guys.
Okay. Again, they had short blades and light pistols.
Yeah, Danner will hand a light pistol to everybody that wants one.
Where did you get all of these?
I'm a soldier. We
Yeah.
have no honor.
Works for me. Okay. And she just like
Whoa,
takes.
whoa, whoa! There's
what's in
nothing
her-
dishonorable about taking a weaponry you're going to use off a battlefield. Not if you needs it.
Did
Everyone that takes something off of a dead person says they need it.
Did she see him switch back faces?
But you guys know I can do that.
Yeah, I mean she knows they can
he's
do
done
it.
it. He's done it before. I think he said he dropped the face before he jumped down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if we could, we could have this guy over here say we're being transported away. Maybe. I mean,
Their boss is right outside the cave.
it's over at Adrian. Weren't you in that guy's phone? Couldn't you say like, "Hey, the boss said, move the prisoners. I want to see."
I also let them know that I informed the authorities where we are.
The constable and his people are on their way.
Yeah.
Well, y'all hash out what you want to do. I've got to make a real quick run to the little boys' room. I'll be right back.
I mean, we could either hunker down and like fortify the entrance, or we could try to get out. I'm imagining we made some noise.
Probably, and there are some people out there, a small amount of people outside. It'd just be a fight as soon as we came out the cave.
Yeah.
On the plus side, first off, any comms our new acquaintance have? Adrian, can you jam them?
Well, you killed one. Technically, I killed him, actually, but he's over there.
I'm talking about the guy who's surrendered.
Oh, he didn't
The
have
one living opponent.
Nah.
There should have been a guy who just left.
Okay, so he didn't have. So this was the only guy that actually had comms equipment.
No, that one, he'll point to the dead guy by the cliff. That looks like it got killed with a blast of energy.
Ah.
He was the only one of the 3 in here that had one. So he's dead. The guy who left the cave that you all should have gotten a ping from.
Okay, boss.
Okay.
Yeah, I hacked.
His twin.
No, not boss. He's about not to live very long either. But I hacked his comm link, took all the data out of it, so we have all that to sift through later, including a whole lot of communication about these two, and he'll point to Jade and Francis. I also might have gotten him in a great deal of trouble with his direct superior, so he might end up at the bottom of a ditch somewhere by this time tomorrow.
Making friends wherever we go.
I hate to say it, though, that does not help us in the short term of getting out of here.
How many guys were there outside? Did you guys get like a head count?
I think Jason said there was like 4?
We will have to wait for a.
You saw
back.
about 4 wandering around. You don't know how many might have been in tents.
Okay.
Based on the vehicles, you could easily see there being another 6 or 7.
Now, that being said, with the vehicles, could they be commandeered wirelessly?
Yes.
Some of them.
Kinda. Just start them up and start moving them. Running them into things.
Well,
Because a lot of the vehicles they had was farming equipment.
And the farming equipment was, for the most part, newer than the actual vehicles they were driving around.
I did have direct contact with one of their vehicles. As long as I can get probably to the mouth of the cave unimpeded, I could take control of it and pilot it as if I were in the driver's seat.
It's like I could try and sneak out and make a distraction so they're not looking at the cave.
Well, no. The thing would be that if we can get you out of the cave, depending on the speed that you can start it, you can start the chaos of a distraction with motor vehicles running, and get one of them to us.
I can only operate a single vehicle at a time wirelessly that way.
Ah.
I wouldn't be able to do all of them at once. I could... Well, no. That would require jamming the pedal down.
Okay. I was about to ask, could you at least put it on acceleration, but okay.
Mm-mm. Not something mechanical like that, I couldn't.
And
I could get a single vehicle to us. But that would be the limit.
Actually, Jason, this is one question because it didn't occur to me at the time. But you said the farming equipment is newer.
Yes.
How much of that is automated?
You would have to take a closer look at it to be sure, but a fair amount of it could probably be remote controlled.
Okay.
I mean, Dan Rue would probably know more about this than some of you, just given his background. But
You said earlier that the other cases of seeds were in this cave, correct?
yes, they were up here on this little shelf area here. Or
Okay,
little
how
right
many
there
of
they were
them?
using. It looks like all of them they got away with.
You take all
Gotta
of
be
them.
like, yeah, we need to at least get these out of here. And either return them to the...
Sorry.
And either return them to the law or destroy them somehow.
And when it comes to starting chaos, a tractor driving through a lot of stuff, you're going to be focusing on the tractor and not us.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Okay. So y'all gonna creep up to the cave entrance?
How far away are these tents from the cave entrance?
100 yards or so.
100 yards, not 100 feet?
Yards. I said yards when they first pulled up.
Shit. Okay.
Man,
Are there any guards
that's
directly
a
in front of the
sucky
cave?
distance.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, because
that's
that remote
Man,
link
I
only...
have to park my car and run a football field to my house real quick.
Yeah.
Now,
'Cause
the majority of their camp was closer to the
Yeah.
Parking tents
Huh.
than that.
Unfortunately, his remote connection can only reach a third of that distance,
Okay.
so he won't be able to do that.
Make
His
a
max, his max range is 90 feet.
Make a distraction in the opposite direction and try and get those started, or try and escape that way.
Jason, dropping out for a sec.
Okay.
We can either try that, or we can bolster ourselves in the cave and wait for reinforcements if they're coming.
This is a natural choke point.
The cave doesn't have like any other egresses or anything. Like the thing over here is not there.
No, it continues on.
Looks over at the one dude that they left alive. What's further down?
It opens up into a few more chambers, and eventually there's a little underground lake. It's where we get our fresh water.
No way out that direction, though, right?
I guess if you had diving equipment, something feeds the lake, but I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah. And Francis and Jade, are they unconscious still, or do they
Yes,
come
yes,
to? Okay. Well, we couldn't run with 2 unconscious people.
You just grab Francis by the tail, you throw Jade on top of him, and you just run.
Just drag them.
Yeah, whoever's got the highest strength.
Hey, I will fireman carry a lizard man.
No, you drag him behind you by his tail with Jade on top of him.
But what happens if he's like lizards that when they get spooked, their tails just drop off?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I'll just fireman's carry them.
Welcome back, Francis. You have no tail. Your balance is going to be a little off for a while.
On the plus side, you lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
On the plus side, it was delicious.
Uh,
I'm not a lizard man.
It's not technically cannibalism. Culturally speaking, though, they would look at you as a cannibal.
I don't know. If I saw a werewolf eating a person, I'd be like, it's technically not cannibalism. It's messed up, though. Like, it's socially unacceptable, but it's not technically cannibalism. You are a completely different creature.
technicalities are always the best.
Alright.
Do we want to stay in the cave? Do we want to try and make a run for it? She looks up at the other guy. How often do you guys change guards? When's the next set of guards coming in? Or are you just guys stuck here until...
We were going to be here like another couple of hours.
And we had no ETA on the backup.
No, you did not.
Actually, if he can get close enough to the mouth of the cave, can he send out a connection to the sheriff to see how close they are?
Let's see. Well, if you get close enough to the mouth of the cave, any of the comm units y'all have, but yours would have been taken off of you. Unless it's an implant.
We will have ours.
Well,
Yeah.
his is implant-based.
Okay. Then yeah, if you got to the entrance, you could get a signal probably.
Okay, so, like, can he do it, say, like, right here, so he's kind of out of sight?
Well, now keep in mind, the entrance to the cave isn't right here. There's a much longer area that they had to walk through to get back here.
Okay.
That's why none of the sounds of your gunfire carried all the way out.
That makes more
At
sense.
least you
Alrighty.
hope not.
Yeah, we hope. He said, well, if we can get close enough, I could send out a ping to get their location.
Yeah, let's get a timer. Let's get that wind clock and see what our time is.
Okay.
There weren't any standing guards at the mouth of the cave, correct?
No.
Just the guys in here. Okay.
No, just the guys in here.
Alrighty.
So, Adrian, give me a stealth check as you ease up to the entrance with advantage, because you're in the cave and all.
Mm-hmm. dice. My dice hate me.
They may.
Yeah. This is why I'm eventually going to be taking a level in specialist so I can get advantage to... Not advantage, to get...
Proficiency in stealth.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was
Cat will be
looking
like,
for.
let me teach you my ways.
Yeah.
Alright, you get up to the entrance. You get a ping. They are about... The constable is about 20 minutes out.
20 minutes.
Which
Okay.
which is actually him making pretty good time.
Mm-hmm.
So you assume that they are flying in and not using the more mundane vehicle like you did.
Yeah.
But 20 minutes is 20 minutes.
They will head back
Unfortunately,
in. They saw him.
there are several people that, for whatever reason, were already marching towards the entrance. And the fellow that came in and questioned Cat is kind of leading this march. And yeah, as soon as you kind of peek out, he spots you.
Second he does, with his connection to the comlink, he's going to overload it.
What does overloading a comlink do?
This will be up to you. It's not something that's in the book, as far as I know. He's just going to try to use that connection to overload its systems and cause, to short out or potentially electrocute the guy.
Okay. It
Basically,
shorts out.
completely destroy it and all of its data.
You completely shorted out his stuff, but I'm going to say there's probably enough, like I said, he had a high-end one. I'm going to say there's enough safety features that you're not going to electrocute him. It's not going to explode. It's not a Samsung.
Is it enough of a distraction for him to get back in?
The guy goes and points and starts to shout something, and it goes off. And, he fumbles with it and kind of throws it away as it starts to smoke. So, yeah, I'll say that gives you time to duck back. You basically interrupted him before he could shoot that MFer.
Yeah, he's going to use that to double back and, double back and go back double time.
Alright.
Well, 20 minutes out. Bad news, they're coming into the cave, and they saw me. So,
Ready for a fight.
Did you wave a flag out there?
no, but I did blow up the guy's comlink before he could order them to shoot me, so that's how I made it back.
She's gonna try and push Francis and Jade kind of somewhere safe in a corner where they won't get shot while they're unconscious.
Probably. Or something.
Alright,
Well, 5'0", toting Francis around.
Go ahead and delete the dead guys.
Oh, loot the bodies.
Do you have time for that?
To put a gun and a sword in a backpack?
Well, Cat went around to get the pistols off of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, because she didn't have
Oh,
one.
we
And
already
they
did
didn't
it.
see the tools. Can I say during that time, too, she grabbed the seeds and kind of put them in a bag for easy transport?
Sure.
Since we already
Well-
said we looked to find them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I asked our prisoner, where's their equipment?
Probably in one of the storage bins in one of the garages. Yeah, the big tents that the vehicles are in. We have these big lock boxes. I think construction companies use them or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what kind of boxes you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think those. So.
Let's see. Did y'all shackle this guy or anything, or is he just loose?
I would assume we did.
Okay.
Cat will look over at him and be like, if you join their side and shoot us in the back, I will end you painfully.
Adrian's full on shackling the guy in his shackles.
Okay, so he's right here.
He's going to chill there. Because he's not taking that chance.
He just kind of scrunches up against the rock as much as he can. Alright, so everybody position. You've got just enough time to kind of position yourself wherever you want.
Cat's gonna kind of be down, kind of around the stalagmite, shooting from that level, using it as cover.
Okay. And like I said,
All right.
this little drop here is about 5 feet, so you can get up enough to kind of shoot over it.
Just gonna find a stool somewhere and
Yep. And also, while I'm thinking about it, since we have time to prepare, release the aimbots. So, let's see. So let's say myself, Cat, and Adrian. You're not going to be doing a lot of shooting, are you?
Well, not with a gun. But he has powers to let him fire really strong blasts of energy.
Yeah, so it's me, Cat, and Adrian, because he's probably really going to need the help.
How?
his dice haven't been nice tonight.
That's true.
They
That's
have
nice.
not, so
Yeah.
I'm totally owning that because my dice are sitting there going, "Hey, buddy,
So I
what
put-
up?"
So I put the little targets on all of you that have the target bots, or the aim bots helping.
All right.
So, what y'all want me to do?
Probably want you to smack the guys.
Let me rephrase that. Where do y'all want me to stand?
In front of the guys?
I'll lean against a wall.
Yeah, it's essentially that's actually basically if any of them actually do make it through in this area, you can actually jump out and ambush.
Alright.
And
Well, there's not going to be a surprise round because everybody pretty much knows everybody's coming. Let's see.
Goose.
So that'll be Big Boss Man.
Oh, and anyone affected by the aimbots also has +2. It's like the bless power. It's everyone also has +2 to their saving throws as well.
Okay.
Does it? It's what does it give? The whole thing? I'm sorry.
Each creature gains a +2 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws for the effect's duration. It lasts for a minute.
Okay.
So
Cool.
So it'd probably basically I'm saving it to where the second they come down the hall, I pop it. That would probably work
Okay.
better.
+2 to saving and attack. Awesome.
Alright, what is this dad blame thing doing?
This is a slightly the lower cliff edge, right?
Yes, this one drops like a foot and a half. And then that one
He's going to
drops
use that
4,
as kind
so-
of partial cover.
Okay.
Kind of manning the trenches down here.
We're
If
going
they
to be
start
using
getting-
our previous initiatives.
No, I
Or-
think I've
or
already
roll
cleared
new ones.
that.
I also turned to the guy we have prisoner. Are you all of you clones?
No, man, there's just a lot of inbreeding on this planet, so we all kind of look alike.
It's gotta be
Did
confusing.
What happened? I forgot to click my. Hold on, forgot to click the
The pod,
character.
yeah. It happens.
I think if you still right-click your icon, you can add a turn and then change your initiative.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, because like I can change mine.
Yeah, because I ended up like clicking it twice. 'Cause if you look down here, I got a 14 and a 7.
Yeah, if you actually click in the turn order, you can
Okay, I
change
see
your
it.
own initiative, but like no one else can, except for the DM.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so yeah, go with 14, of course. Dex of 2. And there's 4 more of them.
That's not...
Alright, is everybody in there?
Oh, whoopsies. Sorry, dog. Hey, I'm in there.
Alright, now you're in there. Top of the order is Random Gang Guy. 10, 15, 20, 25.
I don't even have a name tag. Just lay down.
His name is Steve. The other guy's name is Steve. Third guy's name is Steve.
The fourth guy's name is Boudreaux, but we don't talk about him.
Boudreaux's got some kind of weird family history. Might be cursed.
Alright, so this guy runs straight out and just drops down between the two of you. He's got his sword out. His first attack will be on Patrick. His second attack will be on Cat.
Cat would like to take a moment to go, oh shit!
I'm assuming a 6 does not hit Patrick.
No, it is not.
On the plus side, if he stays there, you have a perfect target for Death Strike.
Excuse me. A 7. A 7, I figured it was not hit Patrick. And an 11 is not going to hit Cat.
Nope.
He had the spunk, but just not the die rolls to do anything with it. Cat!
He tripped on the landing. She is definitely going to take a shot at him, be like, why did you even come down here? Come on, man!
Ouch.
That is an ouchie.
Especially with Death Strike.
Yeah, because he did engage the other one, so it's a D6, I believe. Let me double check and see if it changed.
I think it goes to 2d6 at level 3.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm just double checking. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's still 1d6. Let me just roll that. Oh!
So,
That'll be 10 damage.
Alright, okay. That puts the old hurt on him. He ain't dead or anything. But he's got the definite look of a man rethinking his life's choices.
If you would have stuck the landing, dude, this would have worked out a lot better for you, I'm sure.
Alright, now it's this one. He advances a little more cautiously. With his gun out up on this little lip here. When he gets about here is when he notices Danru. He's kind of like, oh crap! He turns around and takes a couple shots.
Sup?
And a 16 does not hit you, correct?
Nope.
Alright, neither one of his shots hit then.
Pink, pink. Think you need to calm down, son.
Then it's the big man himself. Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. He hops off that and heads out this way. But he stops here, having seen who his subordinate was shooting at, and he'll take a couple of shots at Danru. But he is using an auto pistol. Well, the 2 on the dice is not going to hit. And I bet you that one ain't. Nope, that's a 16 too. Big infight, and I'm rolling single digits. Disgusting. This guy rounds the corner with his sword out and takes a couple of hacks at Danru. Does a 17 hit you? You said it was an 18 he needed?
Yes, it's an 18.
Right.
So I most certainly have my shield out.
Okay. The 21 on the second attack, however, will hit you, so.
That'll happen. That's a thing.
For 3 points of damage.
Alright.
Disgusting. And then it's Danru's turn.
I'll go ahead and laugh, I guess. That was kind of funny.
And I'll stab the man in front of me with a spear.
So 2 guys shoot at you. One guy slices at you with a sword, and you just sit there and go, poke.
Well, I try to poke.
The one directly in front of you?
Yes.
You need a 12 to hit.
3 whole points. I'm still technically leaned against the wall. Haha. Chunk.
It's like, ow. Ow, ow. Is that blood? Ow.
Ah, shit. Dog.
You're overreacting, man.
Alright, and the last lucky.
All I wanted to do was just shoot you a few times.
This guy runs right to the edge here. Yeah, we'll put
Cat looks up and waves.
move it back here where it's more obvious that he's on the little step up. And he just takes his pistol and shoots one at Cat, one at Patrick or Hull. At Cat, he gets a 13, so that's gonna be a
Misses.
no-go. What now?
It misses. I got a 14.
And then at Hull, 21.
That's gonna hit me.
Two on the dice, plus 1. 3 points of damage.
Was this a stab or just him shooting me?
This was him shooting you with a light pistol.
Okay.
So far, both the dark-haired guys right here and right here are the ones using their swords. Then it is Patrick's turn.
Oh, if I still had the flamethrower. Oh well. Because they are all perfectly lined up. Okay, and disengaging does in fact cause attacks of opportunity still, correct?
If you move out of their threatened area, yes.
All
Now,
right.
you can spend your action to disengage, which will let you, move without taking attacks of opportunity, but it uses your action.
I will zap this boy right here
Okay.
with prime ability.
I believe I hear Prince in the background.
Yep. Oh, 22 to hit him.
That's a nice hit. That's a solid hit. What do you do to the poor guy?
Just using the electric bolt, the energy surge that I
I mean,
used
how much
last time.
damage? How much damage do the poor guy?
Oh, yeah, that's wrong dice. But I can still hit him with my...
Before you do that, these guys have 11 hit points.
Oh.
Cat had done 10 to him.
Ah. Bark.
So yeah, that 1 point was all you needed.
Teamwork.
All right. Yep.
And then it is Adrian Steele's turn.
Okay. He will use...
I actually forgot to add the +2 to my own ability.
I'll use one of his power slots to mark this target with Symbiont Mark.
Okay.
And and designate the disadvantage on dexterity. And then that was his bonus action, and then for his action, he'll fire a sprite beam at him.
Okay.
So it's that's attack modifier. Hold on, ignore that. That's a 26 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits him.
Not attack modifier. It's damage modifier field. I need. One moment. Okay. So. Sprite Beam takes 4 force damage and 1 psychic damage from Symbiont.
Okay, so 5 total.
Yes.
Alright. And then we are back to the top of the order. And that dude is dead,
Yep.
so that makes Cat the top of the order now.
Which one was the big bad guy? The one that got marked? Or was it this dude?
This was the big bad. This was the guy that got marked.
Okay.
The only one with a unique face.
Yeah, the only one that doesn't look like each other's brothers. She's gonna take a shot at this guy, because technically he was engaged. Yeah.
Well, now he's engaged by shooting, though, not melee combat.
Screw it then. She's gonna take a shot at
Well,
that guy.
He is
Well, I
within
don't think you
5
have to be.
feet.
Yeah.
That is a valid point.
Is
You
it
don't
just
need
the 5
advantage
feet?
on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. That
Okay.
enemy is incapacitated and you don't have disadvantage on the attack.
Okay, carry on then, carry on. It's just a proximity thing.
Yeah. 14 on that
good.
dude.
16 with your aimbot.
Yep.
And then Death Strike. 6 total points on him.
Okay.
And she is gonna use, because she doesn't have anyone in melee range with her, she's gonna duck a little bit further around this stalactite,
Okay.
just to kind of put a little bit of cover between her and the rest of the guys, and be like, look over at the guy and be like, so, how's your day going?
Well, it sucked, but I'm not dead yet.
We'll try and keep it that way for you.
Alright, and then next up is the guy that's been marked. He runs to the edge here so that he has a more of a straight shot to Adrian, kind of bypass that cover, and takes a couple of shots at him.
Okay.
Let's see, the natural one is not going to hit. There's a 17 hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
7 points of damage.
Ow.
Max damage.
Okay.
Then it's the big wig. Does he want to... Oh! I believe he's going to engage in melee combat with Danru.
That sounds unique.
Well, unlike the rest of them, he has got this wrist blade thing on. Well, not that one. That was the one he's commonly goes on. He's got a wrist blade on one hand and pulls a saber out of the other. Where these other guys had kind of machetes, were kind of their bladed weapons. This guy has got an actual, honest to goodness sword. So in melee, he gets his multi attack allows him to make 3 melee attacks. 2 with his saber and 1 with his wrist blade.
Ow.
So first we'll do the 2 sabers. Alright. How good is he with this stuff? Pretty good. An 8, however, is not going to hit him. The 22 will, so one of the sabers hit. Or one of the saber attacks, I should say.
Alright.
Turns out a saber's not much better damage-wise than a machete, though. 8 points of damage.
Fancier.
Alright.
Well, in this stat block I've got, it says saber, but then down there in the actual weaponry, it says metal baton, so who knows the damage is right or not. And then the wrist blade. An 18, which I think is what he needs.
Yeah, it'll tie with it.
And a wrist blade is a D4, so it's not as big a weapon. It's like a backup emergency kind of thing, or secondary. D4 plus 3. 4 points of damage.
Alright.
And where some of these other guys are just kind of flailing around with their machetes, this guy's clearly been trained. He's by no means the best you've seen or anything, but he's clearly had some combat training.
So we're dealing with a bunch of minions and a henchman. Gotcha. He probably has a name tag.
I just keep picturing the henchman from Venture Brothers.
It was 21. And I forget what the other one was.
So I want to say it was 21 and 24.
I think you're right.
Because the original 21 died and he became 21. So.
Oh, did the fat guy take over as 21? Right.
Yeah.
And then refused to let his numbers change after that.
Yeah, and he got like freakishly, and he actually basically had like a Batman origin story after that. He got like actually like became super minion.
He actually put up a good fight against Brock the next time we ran into him. He lost, but yeah. Alright. Let's not get too distracted though. We are running out of time. Alright. The other melee minion is going after Danru again. With his machete.
Machete!
He misses with his first swing. He gets a 19 on his second. Ooh. The dice favor me now. 7 points of damage.
Cool, I'm at -5.
Okay. Danru drops. There are no negatives at this. You start at 0. You stop at 0 and start making death saves as of the next round.
Alright. As I fall over, I go, man, really wish you could have had, 2 more teammates to save me, to take an extra shots as I fall over.
And then it's Danru's turn. Okay, well,
So what's the death save?
You roll a d20, and only a d20.
Okay.
Has a little button for it. You can actually click on your sheet, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
The special dead button.
Where is the special dead button?
Under temporary hit points, it has success, failure, and death save.
Oh.
That is a success. And you want to get 3 successes before you get 3 failures.
Alright. And then I successfully die?
Successfully not
You
die.
successfully saved from dying.
You stabilize, I think.
Yeah, you stabilize. Alright, then it's this dude here. Who's, let's see, Cat's got cover, so he's going to pump 2 shots into Patrick. Whoa. I mean, it's horrible rolls, but I rolled 2 d20s and I got a 2 on both of them.
I was going to say, horrible for who?
Yeah,
Me, for the person that matters. And then it's
well,
Patrick's turn.
I wish to make an argument about that statement, but and I thought I was at a 14. Did it change back or?
It might have put you in there. I don't know.
I don't know. I did not change it that I knew of. I don't recall.
It might not have changed your turn. Because you
Yeah.
did roll it twice.
Did
Oh,
it go
that
to
may have been it. Okay, yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead and change it.
there?
Go ahead and take your turn now, and we'll have you properly in the order in the next round.
All right. Okay. Well, as much as I'd like to get this gentleman off of me, this gentleman seems to be the larger threat we're dealing with. So I will use my last ability and fire my laser at him.
Pew pew.
That's the name of the drone that actually fires it. Pew pew.
Nice.
And that's what I
Oh
need.
yeah, what this is, because his AC's a little higher.
Yes. 19.
A 19 hits. His AC is higher than the rest of his guys, but not that high.
All right. Ooh, 16 points of damage on him.
Just 1 second.
This is against the boss man?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So you said it was how much? 16 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oakley dokley. He is still up.
And I will also use coordinate attack on him. That's just base in this regards.
Does that laser attack function the same way as guided bolt?
No, it's a beam attack, more or less.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, literally, I fire just a direct beam at him. It's basically like me just straight shooting him.
If you mean guiding bolt as in the D&D spell, it probably works about the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a direct damage.
I was curious if it gave that you have advantage on the next hit. Rider.
Actually, it does. It
Got it.
does.
Ooh.
Nifty, nifty, nifty.
So I have to remember this. I have advantage now.
Is
At
it,
least the drone does, anyway.
Yeah.
is it you have advantage or the next attack against him has advantage, like anyone's attack?
Well, he has that follow-up attack one of his drones takes.
Oh,
the drone
okay,
get it.
okay.
Yeah. Coordinate attack, that's the... go back to that. So it's got advantage. It's combined them, sorry.
Oh, okay, I got you, yeah.
But both of those, one's would be a 15, one would be a 20.
Yeah, that drone has a
Okay.
30 to hit. Totally. It's a boss drone. That drone's name is Boss.
So the 10 was the first one you rolled.
Yeah.
Which makes it still comes out to a 15, which is what you need to hit him, so you still hit him.
Okay. And that's just... So, additional 5 points of damage to him.
Okay. That's 21 he's taken. He's starting to look like he's been in a fight. All right.
Like super haggard or just wounded?
Yeah, just a little wounded.
Okay.
All right, let's see. You were down in single digits.
Make sure I'm doing this right.
I think it's Adrian's turn now. I think you are our
Yeah, he's just...
our cleanup
he's gonna,
Actually, it still doesn't apply. Got it.
he's still gonna hit the guy who is after him.
Okay.
So...
Okay, that's set for that
it's a
future.
10. Which probably doesn't hit.
No, it takes a 12 to hit the regular little minions.
Okay. Well, shit.
Let's see. Next up is
it's
that
just-
guy.
He is gonna use his movement then to come down here.
Okay.
Get some more cover.
Yeah, that'll give you cover against him. Cat.
Cat is gonna poke her head out and take a shot at this guy just to kind of clean up people before hitting the big boss.
Okay. Do not forget that you have the. Is it a +1 that gives them, Patrick?
+2.
+2. Okay.
Like, I need that.
Apparently you don't.
And then the Death Strike, because he's near an ally. 10 points total to that guy.
He dead.
And she's gonna stay where she is, kind of having cover.
Okay.
Kitten!
Yeah. I kind of thought that's what that was.
Ba-dee-ba-doo.
Either a kitten or like a door squeaking.
What is he gonna do? He's gonna jump down here. Take one shot at Arden. And one at Cat.
Since he's in melee with me, would he take disadvantage on that shot?
Technically, he's standing on the edge of this. Well, actually, though, it's only like a 3-foot drop there. But if he stands too far back, he's taking disadvantage for your cover. Oh, it looks like he's taking disadvantage on you regardless. Alright, so the shot on Arden. Or Adrian.
He goes by both names.
Yeah. I've been doing pretty good about not calling him by the wrong one there.
No, that's fine.
Natural 1 and then an 8 on the dice, which is not going to hit him, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12's not going to hit him. And on Cat. Another one on the dice. Somebody take him out. He ain't doing no good.
He's got stormtrooper aim.
And now, who does the big wig turn his attentions on? Cat, the big wig is going to take a few melee attacks on you.
Alrighty.
First attack with the saber. 23.
That'll hit.
5 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack with the saber. Only a 7. And
Dodges
his wrist
that.
blade. It's a 24.
That'll hit as well.
6 points of damage.
Oh. He's like, looks up like, dude, I was trying to be your friend. This isn't, you don't have to make this personal.
Sword in one hand, wrist blade on the other. He's kind of like, at least I'm not shooting you. So I don't.
Touché.
So I don't have to feel bad. And his little melee copycat follows him down, but he goes after Patrick. A 21 and a 9. So the 21 will hit. 4 points of damage, Patrick.
Alright.
And then it is your go. What does Hull do?
Okay. Still engaged. Go I'm actually not engaged because both those guys are down, aren't they? I know that there's this dude standing on the other guy.
Yeah. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and delete the downed one because it's not important right now.
Yeah. As much as I'd like to target this guy's the bigger problem.
That is true.
So, electrical surge, and try to do a coordinated attack again as well. I only have so many of those left though, so.
Well, he's the big bad for this. So, if you're gonna burn him, burn him on him.
All right.
Smoke him if you got him.
$13.
That does not hit.
15?
Actually, yeah,
oh,
it's
your
a 15.
aimbot. Your aimbot. 15 is what
Yeah.
you need.
Yep.
Woo!
Save
God
the
bless the aimbot.
Praise be to the aimbot.
Yeah.
All glory to the hypnobot.
Oh,
All right, roll the damage right here.
all right. Oh, I got rid of the dice roller.
Can see me giving you squinty eyes, Sarah. Yes, you know what you did.
I am completely innocent of whatever crimes I am accused of.
So
Bitch,
5
I've known
damage
you
on
for
him.
half a decade. Don't give me that.
You said 5 damage, Patrick.
Yep.
All right, and then you have the follow-up attack,
Yeah. Now
and
only
that
at
is an
12.
advantage.
What is it? Advantage?
Yeah, the drone gets the advantage because. Or did you use the? What did you use to attack him with?
You basically the drone fires radiant damage.
Okay. This was not you doing the whole beam attack thing.
Yeah, this is just my standard
Okay.
zap.
Then yeah, if the drone just gets the standard zap, then yeah, it misses.
Okay. How's he looking at least?
Not quite halfway.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Concentrate fire. Danru's up.
Oh,
Hey,
give us a
I'm
death
not up.
save.
I'm not up at all.
But you're not down.
Nope. So that's another successful death save.
So it's like, can I ask, is it a 10 or up? Or what is
Yeah,
the death?
10
Yeah, I
or
think
up
it's,
is successful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
It's
11
literally
or
just a
higher?
50-50
10 or,
shot,
yeah, it's
right?
about it's a 50-50 shot. Is what it is.
Okay.
I think 1 to 10 is a failure and 11 to 20 is a pass.
Okay.
But no modifiers go into it at all. Alright, that guy's dead. Let's knock him out of the order. Adrian, you're up.
I'm gonna try to knock this guy out that's been chasing him around. Take care of all the extra damage so we can reduce that some. I was gonna try another sprite beam. 18.
When 18 hits.
Are you shooting the goon or the boss?
The goon that's been chasing him around.
Alright, roll the damage.
It's 14 damage.
And he goes away.
Okay. And his mark will shift to this guy.
This one here.
Yeah, the one in front of Hull.
And then it's Cat.
Okay, she's going to use Cunning Action to disengage as a bonus action
Okay.
and move back to about here. Actually, no, we're going to put her up here. And she's going to take a shot at Boss Man.
Okay. That's a hit.
26. And 5 piercing. No death strike because he is not in melee with or near an ally.
Let's see. Then it's the guy that just got whacked. And then it's the boss man. Oh, let's see. Cat's dangerous. But he's just seen Adrian shooting lasers out of his hands. Or whatever it was. Adrian, he drops down next to you. 2 saber attacks. One got a 12. The other one got a 23. So 1 saber hits you for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And the wrist blade rolled a 1, so nothing there. You got off light. Then it's our other blade boy on Hull. Seven's not going to hit him, but I bet you a 20 will.
Yeah, it does.
3 points of damage.
3.
3. And then it's Hull's go.
As much as I'd like to get this guy off of me.
You are focused.
Basically say, this isn't insulting to you, but your boss is more of the threat.
Now, if this attack involves an attack roll, you'll be at disadvantage because he's down a level lower than you. So he's got partial cover.
Actually, I want to say my electric bolt ignores cover. I'll double check that though, because that's one of its advantages.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I think we have discussed that before. Go ahead and just fire it then.
Yeah.
Turns out it doesn't matter.
Nope. On the other hand, I still made an attack against it.
Which means you still get the follow-up with the drone.
Yeah. And I got... how many more do I got left of that? I'm checking. 1, 2... Yep, got... After this one, got 1 more of the drones.
Okay. You have been burning through them, but...
Yeah.
But he's the guy to be burning them on, so...
Yep. So... Man. My luck from the beginning of the game has come back.
It's a cycle. It's the circle of life.
It's the circle of dice.
Danru, give us a
That
death
song
save.
is copywritten.
It was under 10 seconds.
Hey.
Just barely.
It's stabilized.
You are stabilized. You're still unconscious, but no more death saves. Adrian.
Well, considering this guy decided, hey, fuck your shit up. He's gonna bonus action switch his mark to the boss.
Okay.
And he is then going to fire lance him.
That sounds vicious.
Please, for the love of God, hit. 21.
That's it.
Okay. Take 14 damage. And he needs to make a constitution save.
Okay, what is his constitution? He only got an 8.
So he is lit on fire. And he now has disadvantage on his attacks, rolls, and saving throws.
As one does when they're on fire.
Indeed. Now, what does the on fire do? Is that like additional damage over time, or...?
No, that's the... While he's on fire, he has disadvantage on those 2 things. He doesn't take any additional damage.
Okay. So it's less that he's a blaze and more, like you said, just coat on fire. So he's distracted.
Yeah.
Okay. When his turn comes up, remind me of what the penalties are on him again. 'Cause I know I'll forget. Cat.
She is going to move. Let's see where my ruler gets me. If I moved her right there, would she have just like neutral on the guy? On the boss man?
Yes, because she'd be that would have you standing right at the ledge, so you can just kind of fire down. Right
Okay. She is going to take a shot at him, and she'll also use Death Strike. Oh, never mind. She's not going to do a damn thing.
Well, you are flanking him, so would that be an advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is engaged with somebody else. Yeah.
Okay, then,
Take the
20 to
18.
hit, and 8 points of damage on him. I'm sorry, 6. I can't do math. Math is hard.
Math is hard. Alright, now it is his turn. What penalties were on him again?
He has disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay. Well, he's going to attack you again, just like he did last time. So, first...
Probably
Saber
because you
attack.
set him on fire.
Could be. He might be a grudge holder. Let's see. He's got the choice between taking a 19 or taking a 2. So he has to take the 2, and that misses. Second saber attack. He can take a natural 20, or he can take a 7. So that's a miss.
You just saved your own ass.
Mm-hmm. And the wrist dagger thing. Wrist blade. Ooh, he gets to choose between a natural 20 or a 19.
Still
Okay.
a lot lower damage, though.
On the
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
side, it wasn't a crit.
So
It wasn't 2 crits.
6 points of damage.
I'm still out.
Yeah.
I was at 5 HP.
I'm a little disappointed because I could actually feel the sodium build up as you were rolling your dice, Jarvis.
Alright. Now, how long is he on fire?
Till he puts himself out.
Which takes an
You'd
action,
have
I
to-
assume?
I think it takes a whole action to put yourself out of fire.
Mm-hmm. So that will continue to apply until he chooses not to murder one of us and does that.
Alright. The fella that's on hole goes.
This would be going so much smoother if the other two were here. We were
Has it been
severely
20
outnumbered for
minutes?
this.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
There's the cavalry coming.
Each round's, what, 6 seconds?
Feels like at least 3 years.
Alright. One of the machete shots hits you, Patrick. Two points of damage. And then
Alright.
it's your go.
Alright.
Oh, the mark on the big boss is gone, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Because that was concentration.
How bad is big guy looking, aside from, being on fire?
He's looking pretty rough now. He can't take a whole lot more of this. On the other hand, how much more
Neither
of this
can
y'all
we!
take?
Yep.
And he's only got the one minion left, so.
Looking over at Hall, like, a little bit of panic.
We both have that odd, concerned look that.
Should we release the guy? Can we go slap around Jaden Francis, wake him up?
Yeah, go slap around the people with head injuries. That's clearly how you wake them up.
It really
Alright.
is.
Boss man must die. Oh, that's better.
That's much better.
Okay, so. Let me double check. That's sensory boost. Actually, yeah, that was right. Just double checking something.
Okay.
Okay, just. Let's... 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And
You're wearing him down.
drone actually comes in for the save, which is good because that's the last drone shot I got for the night.
Okay.
At least until you get a rest, but
And what is
once
the
I get the
drone?
rest,
And what is the drone firing?
it's radiant damage. Basically, think of it more like just like a blaster shot.
Okay.
However, I actually do get to add my wisdom to that. And good, 7 points of damage on him.
And that is exactly what he had left. He had a total of 65. He goes down.
Go!
He can't go fuck up the other guy. He's in melee.
She's like at this point resisting the urge to go pull a knife on this son of a bitch.
Alright, then it's Danaroo. Adrian, give me a death save.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Succeed.
As a GM, I'm just satisfied that you have to make the death saves.
Yeah, of course you are.
You're,
Excellent.
I have given you a
Consi-
challenging encounter if this happens.
Yeah.
and considering also most of our regular group games usually go, so is your enemy, so your minions, are they immune to crits? No.
Yes, well, Todd's not in this one, so.
Yeah.
Sounds like me on Stealth Elf.
Damn elf. Okay,
So,
Cat is gonna take a shot at the remaining dude. Well, no, first she's gonna be like, last chance, bro.
let me see. What kind of shape is Bro here in? He's barely
It's
damaged, and both of you look pretty messed up. He's going to stick it out for right now.
Okay. She's gonna take a shot at him. And he is in melee. Well, she'd be flanking him, right?
Yeah, effectively.
Okay, so she's got advantage, so 18.
That's definitely a hit.
And let me get the other thing for Death Strike. 10 points total.
Oh, yeah. I forgot how few hit points these guys had. Never mind. He was overconfident. I mean, he had taken very, very little damage, but I forgot that a really good attack can almost one-shot these guys. So.
I got a 6 on that, and then plus Dex.
And I'm just fucking ow, 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 ow. And I stabilize Adrian.
Okay.
Cat's gonna make sure to get everyone, like, up if she can. I don't know if she has to roll, like, a medicine roll or anything.
Let me handle that, actually.
Okay.
I actually have proficiency in that, so. I also
Cat's gonna-
double check Danru, make sure he's stable. Because I actually have one of my prime abilities is stabilize. So I just kind of make sure he's okay. And to actually wake people up, do I actually have to roll I have a medical kit, so I can wake them up with that.
Or at least stabilize them so they're not gonna die.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. It does not matter at this point. You have cleared out basically everybody. So at this point, the constable arrives.
Can Cat rifle through their pockets first?
Oh yeah, you'll have
Yes.
plenty of time to do that. You've probably got 18, 19 minutes to spare.
Yeah, she is going through everyone's pockets. She
Correct.
might stab the boss guy in the chest once.
Since we're running way late, we will handle that. Next session, we'll start it right here. We'll go through what you got from them, and then y'all talk to the constable a little bit, and we'll basically wrap this job up and move on, and then move on.
Do you want us to go to level 3.
Yes, go ahead and level y'all's characters up. Because after this fight especially, you have clearly earned it. So yeah, have your level 3 characters.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And then we will go ahead and
Oh dang,
sign
yeah,
off
it is
here, I
9:30.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went a little late.
We got started a few minutes late, but yeah.
Well, this combat lasted far longer.
I knew the gang leader guy was tougher. I did not realize just how much more hit points they'd given him. You know, stat wise, he was slightly better, but they dumped some hit points into him.
Yeah.
So anyway,
actually-
we will wrap up here. I want to thank my players. I want to thank all y'all that were chewing the fat in the chat. And thank Bubba again for the bits. We always appreciate that. Let's see. I think the next show will be Foundations of Adalar on Monday. I want to say we have to skip tomorrow. Cap, if you're still on there, are we skipping tomorrow? Okay. Our GM couldn't make it, so. So, anyway, thank y'all for watching, and catch us next week. We'll see you later.